Welcome to the Dresselhime campaign, brought to you by the TTRPGProject.com, featuring the non-voice actor cast of the Dawning Titans, Adonis Kronos, Guinevere Ashenthorn, and Gelt Genlith. The TTRPGProject.com is proud to present the Dresselhime campaign using the Tarren Age of Fantasy D100 system. The Tarren Age of Fantasy Beta 2 currently available for those who want to join the beta test at the TTRPGProject.com. Join today, become a member, buy merch, subscribe, leave a rumble, like, a thumbs up, better yet, comment down below. All these things help the TTRPG Project bring you the Dresselhime campaign, featuring these non-voice actors. And now, on to the show. We last left off with the Dawning Titans, the three of you, Guinevere, Adonis, and Gelt. Well, Adonis almost died from some rats.
Who would have known they were hitting the gym?
He went 2 for 2. Let's see if we go 3 for 3. Gelt got a little lectured on keeping his arc mail clean. And Guinevere, luckily, being kind of the mother of the group, has insisted that everyone takes regular baths so you guys don't smell like sewer. You bought some new threads that were delivered to your room, as well as a wonderful advertisement that arrived with them. Because Sir Reginald's. And we were debating when we last left off whether or not to wake up in the morning and go on a goblin hunt. And or to frame people for murder.
So yeah.
You know.
What are we looking at on that 90 gold or 80 gold quest?
No, it's 90.
It's 90? Okay, that's what I thought. How are we feeling about that? Because I'm still ready to piece it all together.
I mean, I might be down for framing some people for murder.
All right. Gelt, how are we feeling?
I don't know about that. I'll take a rain check on that.
All right. So that's 2 out of 3. You lose. All right.
This is democracy.
Democracy. Can we go to the guild hall and learn more about this quest?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do both.
I mean, we can still go goblins.
Go goblin hunting first.
I'm definitely down to go goblin hunting, but I would like to pick up the quest.
That's fine.
So the quest itself, just to be clear, you don't have to necessarily sign up for it. It is an open contract that pays out to anybody who succeeds it.
Yeah, just like with the Goblin's House, an open contract. You go there, you get the stuff, and you provide the.
If you go to a guardhouse, the Master's Guild Hall, the Magistrate's office, if you can convince and get Richard's brother, cleared innocent, that's all you have to do to get the payout.
Oh, okay. And we have how many more days until that? We had like a week.
He gets executed on the 29th, and it is currently the 16th.
Yeah, we have like 2 weeks, like week and a half.
Right. Well, it's 5 days in a week.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's go goblin hunt, and then depending on how that goes, if they just absolutely destroy us, 90 gold.
We're going back for 90 gold. Goblin hunting.
We should probably pick up some
supplies
stuff.
first. Yeah.
Supplies first. Okay. All right. Fine. Supplies first.
I know Gelt has a list for us of things that we needed, and I'm pretty sure Guinevere's in charge of the money.
So
I have it written down.
In charge of the money. Got it.
Just so you want to know where we left off, I believe I have you guys down at 1 silver, 50 copper.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
And so we're off to where? Where do we want to go first?
Let's see.
Let's go. Where is it? Bobs and Knobs.
Yeah.
To the Bobs and Knobs, a place that has everything you need from the Bobs and the Knobs.
What about Globs and Cobs?
That's a different storefront. That's up by the cat house.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we gotta go visit the cat house too. Fuck.
You go down to Bob's and Knobs. You see a group of children getting some crates together, getting ready to make their daily coin by being barkers in front of it. It's still early, but the city being packed as it is right now, lots of people going around. You see right below a giant, vibrant sign that says Bob's and Knobs, everything you need, from your Bobs to your Knobs. Just a set of heavy iron doors. Beyond those doors lays rows and racks and boxes and barrels filled with everything. You just walked into a Bass Pro Shop that 3 other Bass Pro Shops vomited into.
Oh, good lord.
God.
Above the counter, above the main counter, where you see a dwarf packing his morning pipe. Normally, you'll notice that there's a sign on the door that says that they are open from 11 to 19. But with so many people being in town right now, they open up at 7 and stay open until 20. Dwarven clerk behind the counter loading his morning pipe. A group of other dwarves running around, stocking shelves. Customers galore already shopping. And above the counter, you see a painting, a portrait of a woman sitting on a barrel with one arm raised up on a stack of crates. Her complexion, a perfect split between black and white, with a nameplate below it that says, Lady Mary Beth Lacarte. Of Bobs and Knobs.
Lockhart as in...
Lacarte.
Oh.
Lockhart.
Also, being in Bob's and Knobs, I think we should buy, like, supply stuff here, and then food supplies probably at the bakery. Or the butcher.
Oh.
It might be cheaper that way around.
I mean, we have rations right now. We have 20 rations.
Yes, you do.
Just putting it out there.
I went ahead and dropped the entire shopping section in your guys' chat to make it a little bit easier for you. But if there's anything in particular or anything you don't see or have questions about, by all means, grab a staff member.
Okay.
Let's see.
We definitely need some rope. Torches.
How many lengths of rope would you like?
Well, 50 for each of us.
So 150?
So 45? Yeah.
How many torches do you guys think we need?
I'm sorry if you can hear my cat.
It's all good. We like cats. I mean, they're no dog, but we like them all the same. How many torches?
10.
10? Okay.
10? Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
Like, even if we don't use all 10 now, you never know when you need another torch.
Yeah.
Right?
Set a rat or two on fire.
Don't set the rat on fire. I don't think it's on here, but or actually, I don't even know if we'll need it. Will we need a map to let them know where the
So paper? We need paper, essentially.
Well, if
a map can be easily acquired, and just for the sake of brevity, we'll say that you got a free one from the guild hall.
Okay.
The guild hall map, when you get it, you're just kind of like, there's only 2 towns on here, and the dwarf responds, information costs coin. Okay.
Oh, there's ammo for you for your gun.
Haven't got down that far.
If we're getting 50 lengths of rope each?
No, yeah. So it's gonna be 45. We're at 45 for the rope, and we're at 30 for the torches.
Okay, that would leave us with 75 copper.
Okay. I don't think we need anything else.
Do any of us have water skins?
We all start with water skins. We start with water skins and 20 rations.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
You get the basics to survive.
Yeah.
Though, how are you gonna light your torches?
We do.
You know what? That's a very, very good question.
Does anybody have a tinder kit? If not, they
we
have
can
them.
buy a tinder kit for 20 copper.
For 20 copper.
Right. So there you go.
Okay, one tinder kit's 10 uses.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I think you can get like a tinder kit and should be good.
Excellent. So you grab your belongings, you have a tinder kit, you have a pile of torches, you go up to the counter, the dwarf that's standing there that was loading his pipe looks at it. Adventures. And where might you be heading off to?
We're off to go find some goblins. It'll be a great time.
Oh, you're heading down south, are you? Oh, right. Easily enough. It'll be 95 copper.
Alright, yeah, I'll put...
No problem. You go ahead and you pay for it. And the party is now down to 55 copper.
Yikes.
Remember, they're sneaky little bastards. And you never leave one alive.
Always kill so they don't learn.
Exactly. Bill, the best of luck to you. And with that, he finishes your transaction, hands you all of your goods. He's nice enough to wrap your torches in a bundle for you.
Nice.
And you are off. Your shopping, as far as I know, is done. So,
yeah.
Are we heading off into the open world?
I think so. We're good, yeah.
I think so.
And to the guardhouse they go, and through the gates, and into the open world through the southern gate.
Before we get to the, before we get out of the city, I was gonna ask if there was any, ask a guard if there was any idea of where the goblins might be.
South.
Okay.
That is all the information that they give you.
Got it. Okay.
Because there's only been sightings.
Oh, okay.
So they don't know the exact location of where the goblins were. If they knew the exact location, they would send that would have been included because this would have been good of them.
Right.
So all you know is somewhere to the south. As you exit, you see the farmlands in the upcoming distance. And who is going to lead this expedition?
Oh, wow.
I guess I'll tail.
No, I'll go center, I guess.
Okay. So, when I say who's leading it, the question is who wants to be at fault for the rolling?
Oh, baby, I'm gonna get blamed anyway.
All right. What? So, first off, where do you... Matter of fact, let me make sure this icon is controllable by you guys. Yeah, you can move the Guinevere icon.
Yep.
So, which tile do you want to get into in your first day of travel? Or where do you want to try to go directly south? Where are you trying to go?
Let's go directly south.
Okay.
Or I guess southwest. I feel like southwest, cover more ground.
Okay.
So we're going southwest then.
Yep.
Southwest.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a d20 roll. And add 5 to it because you're on the road.
Ooh.
And the weather's good.
Get the actual d20 out. I'll have to use an app for that.
How many charges does the water skin hold?
20. We have 20 days worth of
food and water.
Food, water, yeah.
Got it.
All right. 23.
All right. You make great time, especially being on the road. And as you're walking, one of the first things that happens is you come across a farm. Make this icon smaller. So you come across a family farm off into the distance. Do you want to stop at it? Do you want to keep going?
I say we keep going. What do you about it, you guys?
I think we should stop at it.
Okay.
All right. So we stop off at the farm. There's a group of Leprade who see you approaching, and they kind of wave, and one of them steps forward. My name is Tunstall. This is the Tunstall farm. How can I help you? And his ears are flickering. He's kind of, it's not nervousness as much as it's sort of excitement to see adventurers that have come out to his farm.
Oh.
Aw.
You got anything you wanted to ask him in particular, Adonis?
No, I was just coming to check out the farm, see if maybe he had heard anything or seen anything of goblins as of recent.
Yeah,
I guess somewhere.
I've heard about the goblins. Apparently, there were some sightings. We haven't really had any problems out here, out in our fields. At least not yet. Luckily, being so close to town, and the fact that you walked up the only road that leads here, so we haven't really run into much problems yet.
Can I ask him if he knows of any other farmers in the area that may have run into problems with the goblins, or at least, had more in-person sightings of them, I guess?
Well, I'm not mistaken. I believe that... hold on a second. Ray! He calls over one of the other Leprade. This one's he's got a big, jackrabbit build to him. Mm-hmm. And he comes over, but he's got a little bit of a paunch in the soft section. Yeah? You worked over at Yonder's place, didn't you? Well, yeah. Were you guys having trouble with the goblins over there? You had some issues with some wolves, but we had no problem taking care of them. And no, we didn't really have much trouble over at Yonder's. The first Leprade turns back to you. Yonder's is further west. So nothing there? No, nothing really there. I did hear the Still farm had a little bit of trouble, though. Apparently they said that there was a troll or something, some big beast was going around killing livestock, but no one's actually seen it. Okay. Well, go ahead.
Where was that farm? The one they were just talking about with
the troll looking thing? Yeah.
That would be directly south from your current location.
Okay. I think we've gotten all the information we could probably out of these guys.
I don't know. They might have a little bit more. There's a lot of farms here.
Yeah, no, I mean, these specific farmers is what I'm saying. Like, we have a lead to the south of us that's closer to where the goblins have been sighted.
I guess.
So.
I'll thank the Leprade for their time and for all the information they gave me. And I'll head. I guess the party will head, to that farm down south.
Okay. We're off the road now because there is no road from this farm leading there. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me a flat D20 roll, and this time it'll be Adonis' turn since he picked the direction.
Okay.
We'll spread the blame.
20.
Hey!
Holy shit.
All right.
Nice.
You go trekking through the fields of these farmers. You see
You
work
make it sound bad.
throughout the workday. You just kind of see a lot of different farm hands just sort of like randomly out there working in a field. They're like, "Who the hell? What?" Nobody comes out here unless they work on this farm. So you're sort of an odd sight.
Oops.
Okay.
Whoopsie daisy.
And but nobody's upset about it. They're just kind of like, "Oh, you don't see that every day."
Oh, okay.
You get to the end of the property line and where the beginning of the next property is. And about this point, it is beginning to get dark. The day is coming to an end. You are between two pieces of farmland. Do we march through the night? How do we want to do this?
I'm afraid a farmer would shoot us in the night.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Is there like a patch of area that looks like, we may be able to use
Kind
to,
of like a clearing.
yeah, like a clearing that we could use for the night that isn't farmland?
There's, well, first of all, luckily because of the time of year it is, there's not a whole lot of crops growing right now.
Oh, okay, sweet. Don't.
Most of what,
It's food.
yeah, most of what's being done out, because you've gotten away from the main farm, so most of these outcrop fields were already harvested this year. So a lot of the work you have seeing has mostly just been tilling. So
Okay.
you have no trouble finding. It's not like you're, despite the graphic, you're not surrounded by a field of wheat.
Okay.
So
I do love the thought of just like walking through this farmer's entire property and then sleeping right on the edge of it. What
Good, because
kind
that's
of
what we're about to
people
do.
are we?
Poor people. We're poor.
you make
Ah,
you're able to make camp. The three of you have enough experience of sleeping in the wild that I'm just going to assume that you guys have to do this at this point.
Yes.
It's a little chilly, and you're wishing that you had maybe some tents and sleeping rolls.
Yeah, we're too rich for our blood.
Playing a poor
But
man's game right now.
you're able to find enough dry wood nearby to make a humble little fire.
Nice.
How long do we plan on resting before we get up?
What time of day is it right now?
Right now, it is, we'll say 2000 hours. Sunset was an hour ago.
All right. Let's rest till 5, because I don't know what time the farmers in this area wake up, but I'm 99% sure if we wake up any time past that, there's a good chance that they're going to roll up on us and be like, hey, who the hell are you?
yeah, good point.
That's fair.
Well, okay. Not a problem.
Adonis has a lot of, past skills. He's just hoping that they transfer over right now.
All right, so who's going to take watch?
I'll take the first watch.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Instinctively almost grabbed the D20. That's the wrong one.
I mean, if you want to roll a d20, I have no problem with that. That's the outcome is the outcome.
I think my party members wouldn't like that a whole lot.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset.
Look at that, natural 20. Look at that. You did not see the farmer come up on you with a gun.
It's 77.
The night goes on. There's one moment where you think you see a Leprade child approaching. Turns out it's just a regular old jackrabbit. But beyond that, nothing really happens. Just, you keep the fire going. It's cold. There's a slight breeze. This land, while you can see the lushness of it, and it's not as wet as you remember Belsong being. Belsong kind of having that Central Europe, England kind of always a slightly damp in the air feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Here, the cool is more crisp. There's not as much humidity to the land.
Oh, nice.
So it's not a marsh, essentially.
But
it's just not
It's
as humid.
But it's darker here than you ever remember Belsong being. And
it's a lack of light pollution.
It's a stark reminder that you are still in a place while so far it has seemed so normal. You are reminded that you're in a continent where 99% of the land is still unclaimed and untamed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Who takes second watch?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead and roll perception.
81.
You two are reminded as the darkness just how stark it really is. The night goes. There's a level of quietness that is unnerving. All the time you spent traveling on Belsong, there was always something. There was always movement. But here you are between these two pieces of farmland. Pitch black other than your small campfire. And you look up and you would swear that if not for feeling your own heartbeat, that time itself had come to a standstill.
Jeez.
And with
Such just stark, quiet. Wow. Eerie.
And with that, you passed both watches, so we're going to go ahead. You wake up Adonis. Adonis, you have a watch. Go ahead and roll your perception.
Alright.
Gets a 1.
Possible. I mean, I think I have a -5 in it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Adonis gets shot by a farmer.
He took too long to roll.
I got an 83.
You don't get shot by a farmer. That's good news.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You feel a lot of the same feelings that the first two did. You grew up in a small town, but you grew up in a town that, honestly, you saw 100,000 people walk through. Corvus has felt, you're like, yeah, it's packed, it's a small town, tourism season, blah, 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 I get it. But now you're out here and you're just like, wow. And it makes you think of the stories that your parents, that you'd hear about them shared in the tavern. Make you think about the stories that they shared. About traveling the world before it was so tame. Camping. And you did quite a bit of camping with this troop already, but this time, whereas all these years prior, your trips, you've been staring up at somebody who traveled with your parents at one point. There had been 4 of you. But now, with D'Artagnan gone, you find yourself sitting at watch. For the first time, feeling the pressure of what it means to be an adult. The pressure of not having someone there to tell you what to do. And that's compounded by the stark emptiness that you feel all around you. It's not really a sad feeling as much as it's that realization of age that just sort of washes over you before you wake up the other two to get a head start, right as the very beginnings of the light can be seen rising into the west. I'm sorry, rising from the east. I know my directions.
I just want
The
you to know,
sunrise is different here. It's fine.
as you're explaining all this, the Bargoth in me is just like, shoot the gun. Break the silence.
No, get rid of the Bargoth brain.
I didn't do it.
never truly get rid of the Bargoth brain.
What do you mean you didn't do it? Yes.
So
I mean,
everybody mark off a
Thought about it.
ration and mark off a water charge.
Brains.
A day has passed.
All right.
It is now the 17th. The sun is actively rising as you have all finished your daily meal. Remembering that, as D'Artagnan once said, eat early and sleep empty. It's the surest way to wake up on time.
Fair enough.
he's got a point.
And we're pursuing south, and I believe the only person who hasn't gotten to roll for blame is Guinevere.
Yep.
All right.
Don't mess up. You might get blamed.
Dice don't fail me now. Oh, 98.
Oh,
On a
It's supposed to
D20?
be it's supposed to be a
Oh,
D20, but
I'm sorry,
goddamn.
that was a D20 roll. I'm so sorry. I'm used to using the fucking D100 now.
it
Well,
was
it
only
was an
20
18,
miles.
so that's still pretty good.
Okay, we can work with that. You find the road.
hey.
You go
Sweet.
straight through the farmland, and you're like, hey, road.
Oh, that's what those lines are.
Zoom in.
How did you not figure that out?
I'm a little dumb.
And so you find the road, and well, again, the three of you have so much traveling in your background that figuring out directions isn't a complicated thing for you. And you're able to find your way over to the farm. As you approach, you don't see anyone. No one working in the fields, though, to be fair, the fields clearly have already been harvested. But you just see the farmhouse and the barns.
It's still very early in the morning. Still, like very.
No. You've traveled very far at this point.
Oh, okay.
The time you guys made it here, because you got up at 5. I figure you got actually moving in earnest by 6, which is sunrise. And at this point, you've been traveling all day. You traveled 18 miles.
Okay.
So you're right about now. I'd say you guys are about probably 1,500 hours with how fast you've been traveling, and the fact that you had the bonus of the road.
Okay.
So it's about 3.
All right.
Okay, so.
And we didn't notice anybody the entire time we were walking on the road, like coming out and
Nope.
looking at the farmland. Nothing. All right.
Then
when you noticed when you entered the new area that the fields have been harvested, and so you walked through harvested fields. You made it to the road, and the whole time you've been walking down the road, you could tell that whatever grain or crops that they grew here had already been harvested earlier this year. You approach the farmhouse. Nothing.
How does the farmhouse look?
Well, how close do you want to get?
I must say, let's get up to the house if.
I don't want to get right up to the house.
But definitely walk closer to it so we can get a better view of what's going on. Because we're not super close to the house, we just see it from the road.
Maybe 100 feet?
Give me an investigation. Let's see how close you have to get.
I was like, where's my phone? It's my D100. I got a -5 investigation too. I got a 79.
Putting your D100 rolls with your action modifiers into one of the dice rollers is actually a quick way for that to work.
I didn't even think about that.
As you approach, as it gets closer, no longer just a farmhouse in the distance, but you can now start to make out the individual window panes. You see that several of them are broken.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
The door that appeared closed is in fact askew. Laundry that you can see on laundry lines to the side that were cleaned and hung have clearly been sitting out in the elements far longer than required to dry, as their white fabric has now gained the dust of the air and become a beige brown, some of which has blown off the laundry lines and is tumbling across the fields.
All right, let's. I petition that we check the inside of the house and probably the barn.
Mm-hmm.
Which one first?
Barn.
Okay.
It's gonna have
Okay.
a wider space, so
All right.
less chance of being jumped from a side room.
You approach the barn and find that one of the barn doors is slid. The doors were on sliders. One of them is partly slid open, and the other one is resting flat on the ground,
Oof.
giving you a good view inside. It's
Is
still
there any-
daylight, so you see stalls that were most likely at one time housing of horses or oxen that are now, but yet you don't hear any signs of them. You do hear the loud buzzing noises of insects. Do you go in the barn?
Yeah.
Should we perhaps just like peek in first?
Yeah, I would like to peek in. Like the buzzing sound that we hear, would it be a buzzing sound that we recognize as like a large type of bug, or would it just be like a herd of smaller bugs?
You recognize it to be the sound of flies. And
Oh
lots of them.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think peek in first, just in case.
As the three of you creep up and begin to peek inside, it's brought to your attention that the doors on the opposite side of the barn have been left open, so that light is streaming in through the barn. And you see just swaths of flies swarming around. The wet hay, now dry, but still sticky in some places, can sort of see the eerie glisten where blood pooled.
So still kind of fresh.
It's been...
Not.
Make a medical check.
Yeah. Okay. For sure. Anything in medicine? I do. I got a 97.
Looks about 3 days old.
Oof. Okay.
As you glance around, do you actually go further into the barn?
Yeah.
As Gelt steps in, you see the partial remains. And by partial, I mean you see nothing but bone left of several animals that were housed in here.
Oh.
There's a mixture of blood and hair mixed into the floors, straw that was thrown down. But there's not a scrap of skin or flesh that's been left behind.
I have 2 questions.
All right.
Is there any cow skulls or oxen skulls on the ground?
So, while you find some bones, in fact, left behind, there are no heads of any of the animals left behind.
All right.
That's not concerning at all.
That answers my second question.
And to be fair, while you're looking for bones, you'll notice that some of the larger bones that should be in place are missing. So femurs and things.
I'm gonna head to the house.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to find in here, so.
Okay. Three of you cautiously step back and away from the barn. You make your way across the field a little more cautiously now, I'd imagine.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's the laundry wafting in the breeze. Because you went to the barn, now this time you're approaching towards the back of the house.
Alright.
You see the back porch, a darkened stain growing across it. The back windows shattered, evidence of where a small fire had once started but didn't quite take. It looks very much like family belongings have been dragged out of the house and strewn about. The place looks ransacked.
The burn marks. How fresh or old are they?
They look about as old as the blood you found.
So also about 3 days.
Alright.
Um,
We may just want to set this place up, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you.
so set it up how? What do you mean?
Well, take a torch, light the
No.
torch on fire, chuck that baby in there.
No.
What?
Look, I'm just saying. Belongings are already ripped out. It's ransacked. They wanted to burn the house down because of whatever got inside.
But you haven't been inside. This is just the evidence that you see outside.
Just making assumptions right now.
All right.
Don't.
I'm gonna not make assumptions because I'm gonna make an ass out of you and me if I do.
I'm just putting it out there, letting it be known my thoughts on the situation.
Your thoughts have been recorded.
I'm just,
Your thoughts have been taken into consideration. The consideration is no.
We're gonna come back to this later.
Actually, does the way that everything's been that looks so far, does it look like that it's been goblins, or is it like maybe too thought out?
This moment, from what you can see outside, hard to say.
Okay.
Could have been goblins. Could have been bandits. Little weird that bandits devoured the animals in the barn.
True, but you never know.
Exactly, you never know.
I
could have been a group of dirty pikers. You don't know.
Could have been a bunch of porks.
Right.
Okay, I want to go in.
yeah, no, I was gonna go in.
All right.
Enough beating around the bush. Let's just do it.
You going in?
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right. The three of you cautiously make your way. Fair enough. The three of you cautiously make your way up the steps onto the porch. There's only two of them. The scene of randomness that seems to have been dragged out through the doors and things thrown out the windows. Cloth, broken furniture. You step through the door into what would have been the barn or the farmhouse's main kitchen. Everything is strewn. A floor door leading down to a root cellar. Not a very deep, big one that you could actually, by glancing down, you see the bottom of it. Not a very big, complex system or anything. But the root cellar has been completely left open, and everything inside of value has been taken or smashed. Blood paints the floors and counters. You find tufts of fur clinging in some of the patches of blood. The kitchen itself, just in absolute disarray. A kitchen table that's been smashed into at least 4 pieces. Tables and chairs broken, counters split. A sink can be heard running and draws your attention. The slight, dull blue glow of the gemstone that is used to turn it on to pull water from the well left running. Do we go deeper into the house?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if there was more to the house to explore.
Oh, there's lots more. We're just in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
There's 3 doors. One leading towards the front of the house, so you can think living room kind of direction. And a door to the left and a door to the right.
I'll pick the right door. I don't know if you guys want to split up or not, but
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm telling y'all right now.
I
Sounds
mean,
like I'm going through 3.
all right, if you guys don't want to split up.
You approach the door to the right. It is closed.
Is it
like,
locked?
locked?
You have to try it to find out.
All right, I'll try the door.
You turn. It clicks. There's no lock on the door. Do you open it?
Yeah. Let's.
Please make an acrobatics save.
Oh, I fucking knew it. All right. Holy shit, that's 100.
You knew it, huh? Mm-hmm.
You jump back as a bunch of random things that were piled up on the stairwell come falling through the doorway. A nightstand, part of a dresser drawers, more broken chairs, all come tumbling out.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Shut the fuck up.
You say hello. It echoes up the stairwell. But there is no response.
Can I also say housekeeping?
I want to try and cover his mouth before he can do that.
I'm gonna say he slips it out in a low kind of like, haha guys.
I just want to look at them and be like, what is wrong with you two?
Hey, I said we should burn the place down.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Do you want to get the jump on them? Or do you want them to know we're here?
I wanted to burn the house down so they would die.
Now you know that this pile of junk was pushed up against that door, and it leads up a flight of stairs that lead upstairs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up the stairs.
Like, I was about to say, let's go upstairs then.
Alright.
Very slowly.
Wait, I heard this from 2 of you. Is Adonis going up the stairs?
Yeah, I'm going to follow them.
All right.
No, we'll leave him
just
down.
to wait until I'm right. For them to be like, man, we should have burned this place down. And I'm gonna sit there and be like, bounty hunter, real good at investigation kind of things. Took all the facts in.
Find a window to throw Adonis out of. No, I'm just kidding.
The 3 of you make it up the stairs. The door frame, where a door once was, broken out. Matter of fact, parts of it were probably in that pile that fell out at you. And you enter what was clearly the family that lived here's living quarters. A large 4-poster bed frame, most likely that of the elders. Ripped apart, shredded. The dressers and cabinets that weren't flung down the stairs, ransacked and rummaged through. Random bits of clothing and everything everywhere. looks like this whole upper room has been ransacked. You see across from the door that you came in another door. It has been, well, the door itself is closed, but there is a humanoid-sized hole through the middle of it that you could all walk through.
Jeez.
Blood around the edges of it, where it looks like somebody was pulled through.
Oh God. And we haven't found any corpses, right?
Not one. Other than the farm animal corpses.
Yeah.
Have we found any
Weird.
signs of struggle, like on the walls, or
Well, I mean,
any
the
blood
the
marks
patches
outside
of
of that?
fur, you know.
Downstairs in the
blood.
kitchen, there was clear evidence of struggling. Up in this room, not so much. Just looks like the place has been ransacked, and the only evidence of the violence is the giant hole in the door and the blood marks where somebody got pulled through it. Otherwise, you just can't figure out why bandits would come in here and thrash the place but leave so much behind.
Alright, this was probably goblins.
Or something else.
Something with enough non-sentience to be considered a beast. So, there's that. Because this just isn't bandits. Isn't normal bandits at the very least. Gonna head down to the back down the stairs because this was the only room up here, right? Other than the door that
There's that door on the other side that somebody got pulled through.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
go to that door.
I'm gonna head back down to the other door downstairs.
Adonis, which one do you go with?
I only gave you those two because I didn't know.
Sorry, Michael's giving me dinner. I want to follow Gelt.
Okay. Gelt and Adonis make their way back down into the kitchen. Guinevere goes to the other door, finds a set of stairs, and right as Adonis and Gelt are making it back into the kitchen, the two of you see the door on the other side of the kitchen that you didn't go through begin to open. What would the two of you like to do?
Get
I'm
ready
gonna.
to fight, but not just be ready.
Hey, I'm gonna have the crossbow at the low ready.
Okay. The door opens and Guinevere steps through.
Okay, figured, but that was.
I was waiting to hear. I draw the caster pistol and shoot.
I pick up my gun.
No.
The three of you reconvene, now
That's a
realizing
thing to do.
now realizing that both of those doors led to stairways that went up to the big upper chamber, leaving only one door left.
Yeah.
That's going into the living room.
All right.
Actually, can we go back upstairs and peek? Oh no, that was a human-sized hole in the door. Never mind.
Yeah.
Good. I thought it was human-sized hole in the floor.
No.
Not the
No.
case.
And then Guinevere walked through it. So.
Yeah.
All right. Three of you cautiously enter into the living room. And there looks much like the kitchen, except there is a older male Laprade's remains splayed out in the middle of the floor. He's been scalped, his ears removed in the process. Most of his body has been torn apart. But there's enough remaining for you to recognize what's there.
Besides there being enough to recognize what it is there any sense in, searching the body for anything? See if it had, if he died with any items on him?
Oh,
or is it
he's
just...
he's been stripped.
Oh, okay. All right, got it.
There's you're recognizing him mostly by the fact that you kind of are like, oh, I sort of get the general outline. But there's mostly bones left.
Got it.
Can I go and do a prayer over him?
That you can. You go ahead and make a prayer. While you go, since you get that close to the remains, you can't help but notice that as you look down at the thicker bones that are left behind, evidence of what looks like teeth marks.
Oh no.
This man, or this Leprade to be exact, was eaten.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm leaning way towards goblins right now.
Yep. Is there anything else in the room, or is it just
Broken furniture.
Okay.
Just lots and lots of broken furniture and general chaos.
Okay, so more like kind of just like the rest of the house.
Yep.
Okay.
You do notice the distinct drag marks of gore, for lack of a better term, that lead out the front door.
Yeah, I was gonna see if there was any more drag marks or any footprints or something from the barn that might give us indication on where they went.
You see lots of footprints is a difficult one because you see footprints, but who's to know whose they are? Boots look like boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can we go out to the front and I mean, it doesn't really matter if we go out to the front or the back, because I want to search around the whole house for like a storm cellar.
The storm cellar would be the root cellar, which was located back in the kitchen.
Yeah, that we've already seen that there's nothing there.
Yeah, they didn't have a very big one. It was literally just like 5 feet down.
Oh, okay. God. No. What time of day is it?
Still about
about this time. You guys have done your exploration, so it's early evening. It's about 1800 hours now. The sun sets in the next hour.
Okay, so there's no way that we'll really get anywhere tonight.
Yeah, we're not gonna get far. I no longer feel bad about staying in the farmland. I do not want to be close to this house, though.
I fully agree.
I would like to head either north.
No, I don't think we should head
or
back
northwest.
We should still.
Well, I'm off my current theory. The goblins are in that tree panel there. So if this place got ransacked, I definitely want to go check the northwest farm and see if anybody's alive. If nobody's is that never eat? So that's west.
That'd be west.
Yeah, never eat soggy waffles, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways,
you're currently east of where he's wanting to go.
Okay.
Yep. Remember, California's on the west side.
Yeah,
New York is on the east side. They both suck.
They do both suck. I know, because I was just thinking, I don't know if they would move any further north or west currently.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Current theory, the goblins are in that tree panel to our southwest. I want to head northwest because that farm is relatively closer to that tree panel than this farm was. And this farm has been ransacked and destroyed.
Okay, hold on. The lone tree? Or
That's
the
a
group
forest.
of 3 trees?
Alright, hold on, watch, look. I want to go up there.
Okay.
I think we were about there.
Yeah,
I want to go up there. My current theory is that they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go check out that other farm to see if anybody is alive in it still.
Yeah, so okay, never mind.
Yeah.
We were talking about the same thing. I was just confused.
I know. That's why, right in front of you. It's like blocks.
It is like blocks. For my 2-year-old, my malleable 6-year-old mind.
Adonis is just sitting there with a map. All right, look, Gelt. Look,
we're going to develop those brain wrinkles.
Adonis,
So-
look, this is how you read a map.
The youngest and talking to the oldest.
Sitting there thinking to himself, do elves
Oh,
teach
yeah.
them anything besides, hey, look, a tree, forest, protected.
I do
Alright.
forget the Gelt is the oldest.
Technically speaking. So, we're abandoning the farm and going to go camp out in the wild again?
Yeah, but I would like to head north, away from the farm.
Fair enough.
Or at the very least, northwest. I do not want to be on the road.
Okay. So, given the amount of time left in the day, you're able to travel. How far away from this farm do you want to get? Like in sight, out of sight?
Still maybe insight.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
think
maybe
insight.
a little insight because I do want to watch and see if anything comes and goes.
Fair enough. You make it out. You trek up. You guys probably travel 400 yards. So that it's just you can't make out the window panes anymore, but you can see, and you're like, if anybody has a torch or anything that comes at night to look through there, we're gonna know.
How cold is it?
It's about fall, so kind of balmy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's getting down into the 60s at night.
But we could sleep without a fire. Like
you technically could.
Would we freeze in the night without a fire?
I would be more worried about something
Walking
sneaking
up to us.
on us.
I see the worry about something sneaking up on us, but at the same time, my other concern is
they could
as
They
well
can
as
see
we,
us. I know.
as well as we could see their torch, they're going to see our fire, and our fire is going to be a lot bigger than their torch. So they would definitely have an advantage, in a way, per se.
I hear you. If you don't make a fire, then you won't have anything to keep warm, and if you don't have anything to keep warm, you're looking at the temperatures dropping into like the mid 50s. It's not going to be the worst any of you have ever dealt with, but it is going to make sleeping and stuff harder.
All right. I'm also going to propose, since if we do, take the route of no fire, tactical cuddling.
Tactical
cuddling.
Tactical cuddling.
You know what? Okay, tactical cuddling doesn't sound like the worst option.
All right, so you set off. You tactically cuddle. It is cold. It is dark. I need all three of you to make will checks.
Will.
And I need to know if anybody's below 70.
Oh, shit. Okay. Whew.
84 and a half.
I had 83.
78.
All right. So, for the sake of brevity, nobody falls asleep on their watch. You all have the force of will, despite being cold, to do your job. Are we getting the same type of start we got the day before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should try, yeah.
I'm thinking we're falling asleep around the same-ish times, right? Did we end up making camp
Close
around
enough.
2000? Yeah.
Yeah, by the time it was all said and done. So, it is early, it's still dark. You know the sun is going to rise, and the three of you rise up from your huddled in the dirt pile.
Tactical cuddling.
You know, you're really putting those cloaks through their paces.
Really glad I can't feel my right arm anymore.
It's alright. I was
The
touching
plan
your
is
left
to...
the whole night.
Alright. Deduct a ration, deduct a water. And we have now entered the 18th. And we're traveling to that other farm, yes?
Yeah.
That's the goal?
Mhm.
Alright, we are back to Gelt. Gelt, give us a d20.
Any modifier because we're on a road, or
You're on the road, but you lose the modifier because you guys slept out in the cold.
understandable. 17.
Okay. You make it up. By the way, that was just enough to literally make it into the next tile and to make it to said farm.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
But it took you the entire day to make this journey. So it's basically 1,800 hours by the time you get there.
Okay. That's fine.
It's not quite sunset yet. As you're approaching the farm, you see a group of Leprade standing out front.
Did we get the name of the farm that we just left, like from the Leprade we talked to at first?
I think we did.
Don't remember the name of it.
I don't remember the name of it either, but he definitely said it.
Then I guess you don't remember it.
Damn.
Was it Stills?
Yes.
Oh, I think it was.
Yeah.
Someone's taking notes. All right. You see these Leprade? A female Leprade, wiping her hands on an apron, begins to approach you as you approach the little fence that goes around their farmhouse. How can we help you?
Where's the owner of the farm? We have some information that might be good, that might help him out.
I just lean over to Guinevere. He doesn't think women can be owners, apparently.
I was thinking the same thing.
Unless
I
you're...
whisper this.
How
I
rude.
whisper this. I whisper this to her so that the Leprade hopefully doesn't hear me.
This is my family's farm. As far as ownership goes, my husband should be back from the fields any time, but I believe that I'm more than qualified to speak on his behalf, seeing as how it's our farm.
Yep.
I just want to walk up in front of Gelt and lightly push him behind me and just be like, we need to talk to you about the Stills farm down the road.
I'm gonna put my arm over Gelt and just talk to him. Hey, dog. Women can be owners of things now too. All right, you can't just... real sexist, man.
I'm 101. I'm not a heathen.
The irony of irony is he comes from a culture that's predominantly a matriarchy.
Oh yeah.
Did they teach you nothing there?
I'm sorry. I lost my family at 60.
Look, man. I'm a human. Most of us lose our family. They make the 60.
28, man.
I lost my dad 4 years ago. My mom's pretty close on the way out. All right.
So,
excuse me,
Anyway,
Mr. Bounty Hunter.
I would like to talk to this Leprade.
No problem.
And I want to, as gently as I can, inform her of what we saw at the Stills farm.
Try not to get too graphic.
As you explain to her the scene that you saw, her ears grow very stiff. She calls out to one of the other farm. Samuel! The young, probably in his teens, comes up. She starts to whisper a few things to him, and he runs off, and you see he starts to collect the other children and take them inside. I appreciate you telling me. It is getting late. If the three of you are still... Come this way. And she actually takes you through their gate and leads you over to their barn house. We don't keep much in terms of livestock, aside from Bobby over there, and there's a big ox who's just chewing on some alfalfa. Um, when my husband returns, I will have him come and speak with you. But you're more than welcome to find shelter here tonight. We don't really have any beds available. And when she says this, she kind of blushes ever so slightly at the fact that when you approached, you probably saw close to 12 to 13 kids.
Who?
Hey, they're rabbit people, man.
They are rabbits.
So they're a little shy on beds in the main house.
Oh, that's fine.
Put me by some fire.
If I don't have to tactically cuddle tonight, it's a victory.
She points you to a small. It's to call it a blacksmith's furnace is almost too generous, but it's a little furnace that they've made for doing some general work, banging a little iron or making some horseshoes.
Oh, okay.
For you to be able to have a fire in, so that you can be warm. She provides you with some blankets that are normally used. They're saddling blankets, normally used to go on the ox underneath his gearing for pulling a cart to help, make things a little more comfortable. And she leaves the three.
Lady. Fuck sexism.
She leaves the three of you there. A little while later, the young one that she called Samuel comes out, brings you a meal for the evening, so this isn't going to cost you a ration.
Nice.
Aw.
And a little while after that, an older, kind of gray-blue furred Leprade comes walking in. His ears hanging down at his back as he removes his hat from his head and takes a seat from across from the three of you. So you're saying that the Stills were attacked by goblins?
That's what it looks like. There's
It's the ongoing theory.
not much left of anything that isn't broken or bones, unfortunately.
As you're giving him this speech, you see more older male Leprade, farmhands that are on staff, starting to walk into the barn, listening to the story. The one who originally came in. My name is Jonas. I suppose I should have started with that. But the news that the Stills have been attacked is, well, that's quite concerning. The Stills, they raised horses.
Well, there was not much horse left.
I would suppose that's why they were targeted before us. Goblins like flesh.
We have a map, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to pull out my map and, talk to him. One, I'm going to ask for more details about if he's had any issues with goblins, even seeing them on, like, the outskirts of the woodline here, because I'm going to point out the woodline and be like, my ongoing theory is that the goblins are nested somewhere in this forest, and with now knowing that the Stills were horse farmers, makes a lot more sense why the goblins ventured so much further out when there was a closer farm.
He looks at your map. We have probably close to 40 hands on hire that have been here for the last 2 months. You notice that when you entered this farmland, this land hasn't yet been harvested.
Mm-hmm.
They grow the last of the year's alfalfa.
Oh, okay.
Stills, they did their harvest. Maybe one of the other standing around, chimes in. I worked on their farm. We did their harvest 2 months ago. So, you see, once usually a harvest is done, the farm hands all go back to their own properties. Leaves you just with your family. They would have been easy targets. They, how many did Joseph and his wife have? 9. She was expecting her 10th this winter.
I want to ask the farmhand who chimed up about being there 2 months prior, if during his time he had seen any sort of sightings, and also point out how, from what we can tell, the attack was fairly recent. And
within
by our number,
3 days.
within
4
3
days.
within about the last week is when this attack happened.
No, I can't say that I did. Honestly, I was there. I worked the harvester on the east side of the fields, and we didn't have anything. We spotted a few wolves, but we were able to deal with that.
The east side of the field is too far out from the forest for what I would have assumed the goblins to scout out their hunting ground per se. To the south of these farmlands, which farmhands are working down there?
Closest to the tree line.
Yeah.
Jonas speaks up. We started bringing in those sides of the fields a few weeks ago. We didn't have any real issues.
Has anybody been back out there since?
No, everyone just kind of shakes their heads. Jonas goes, there's no reason. Once we harvest, the ground gets too cold to plant during the winter.
They might have been waiting for that.
Yeah. I definitely want, well, if they're so nice to, let us sleep in the barn or wherever we were put at to sleep for the night, and possibly go out and stay in that section of the field in the night tomorrow to see if we, spot anything in the tree lines or anything like that. If that would be alright with them.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. Please stay the night if you think that they're potentially in that forest and you want to watch from the southern fields. You're more than welcome to. You see some of the farmhands just sort of kind of shifting nervously.
It's well past dark outside?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask what time in the morning they get up to start the farm work?
We start at 4.
Alright.
We're scheduled to be doing we're supposed to do the east and west fields this week.
I am going. I'm gonna go take a torch and kind of just walk towards the southern part of the field, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. If there's any tracks or something like that.
In the middle of the night, you're gonna burn a torch.
Oh yeah, not right now. No. They'll do that in the morning.
Okay. With all of that, I'm gonna excuse. What time is it right now?
About this time, him and his work crew got back. You're looking at 22.
All right. Yeah. No. I want to thank the men for all the information that they, had. And I want to head to bed because I would like to wake up at 3 before they, get any work done, or start getting any work done in the fields.
That'll leave you shy of a full rest.
That's okay. I will bite the bullet for it on my ongoing theory.
Okay.
I'm not planning on fighting, hopefully. I'm only planning on, because I'm just trying to scout out before things get too loud for the day.
All right. The night proceeds. You don't have to worry about watches tonight, as Jonas has assigned many of the farm hands to do that business.
Sure.
So I'll say, since no one had to take a watch, that still gives you 5 hours, and good enough because normally you split your watches into 3-hour watches. So it's 3 in the morning, Adonis. You go out. You see a couple of the farm hands standing around doing their watch, waiting for the next relief of their watch to come.
Just kind of give them that good morning nod,
They look at you, nod their heads. They're tired.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to accomplish in between here?
Well, hopefully the other two woke up with me. If they didn't, I think it should be fine.
Did y'all get up with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. So
All
the 3 of you are up. Adonis, what are you trying to do?
So without lighting a torch, I want to head down towards the south fields and kind of just scan towards the forest line and just look out into what the fields that have already been done and see if there's any fresher footprints.
As you begin to start walking, one of the Leprade who stayed up through the night motions for you to take a torch. And as you look out into the darkness, you come to the realization that you are a human and you do not possess dark vision.
Oh,
Reluctantly take the torch.
Since it wasn't stated on my character sheet, is it safe to assume that elves also don't have dark vision? Is that just like an orc thing?
That is correct.
Okay.
Got it.
Elves can't.
So we're a bunch of blind bitches.
Oh yeah. Elves can't be poisoned, so that's their trade-off.
Okay.
So you each get a torch and go walking off into the southern section of the field. You get to finally where the fields, you can see the distinct line of not harvested, harvested. And you're staring off, you see the forest in the distance. What you play?
What do I in the farmland, do I see any fresh footprints? Since I know that they had already come through here, and would have walked through the farm. Is there anything that looks fresher than when they had said about?
Make a survival check.
All right.
The problem is we're talking about giant swaths of land here, so a little of this is going to come down to luck.
Yeah, no. 99.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I have a 0 on that one, so.
Damn.
You see lots of evidence of where the farm work had happened. You see the track marks left by wagon wheels. You see what will appear to be, at first glance, booted footprints.
Do they look like
Hold
the...
on. Hold on.
Sorry, my bad.
And then your memory starts thinking about the shape of the Leprade's feet. And about how Leprade have... their feet aren't as big as yours. as you place your foot down next to one of the track marks. You look at one, and it's clearly where Laprade's foot had sunk into the soft earth. You can't help but focus on how round the footprint is. And then you notice some prints that are a little more like your own. A little smaller. But yet, they lack the pronounced heel of a proper boot. And as you're looking, you finally see a spot in the ground that has a little more clay in it. Just a little higher concentration. And where the ground had been wet, when someone, not with a booted foot, stepped, but with a wrapped foot had stepped. Someone with a humanoid foot that's been wrapped in cloth or leather, leaving the distinct marks of the layering of the fabric.
In the woods, small, wrapped feet.
Goblins.
Sounds like goblins.
What time of day is it now?
By the time you've done all of this searching, your torches are no longer needed as sunrise has happened. We'll say, since you started at so goddamn early, we'll say that it's 6 o'clock.
Alright. Cool. The goblins should be asleep, or at least not against the wood line. So I want to go and explore the wood line and see if I find any form of a path from, like, just a path. Whether it's, goblins just marching over brush, and it's been stomped down to this point that it's a path now, or there's actually just a path between the trees.
So we need to travel to the woods.
To the woods.
To the woods.
I'll say that you're able to actually make it across the rest of the farmland due to the location of where the farm is. And by the time you get there, it's 9 a.m.
Even better.
From here, who wants to, well, since Adonis, this was your idea, go ahead and make a survival check and see if you can find what you're looking for.
80.
8?
AD.
Oh.
80.
You don't find any major pathways. You do find some fairly well-used paths that you recognize as game paths. So little paths that have been, trudged out by hunters over the years, game animals and the like. But you don't find anything distinctly like, look, they've been lumbering through here.
So they're smart in
So
using
they
game paths.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, our best bet is probably just to follow the game path.
Yeah.
I want to take out the map and mark the spots where we found, like, game paths, per se.
Not a problem. You go ahead and you mark them down.
Alright. Which game path looks the most used?
I think we only see the one.
Oh, it's just the one? Or is
Well,
there
it's
multiple?
where you arrive. You sort of think of it like when you arrive at a park. There's sort of that big area, and then there's all the little paths that spawn off of it.
Yeah.
You've approached where most hunters begin their hunt. So there's several little paths, but you're not sure where all of them go. So the question is
the most used.
Yeah, so you're looking for that. You pick one that looks like it's a little more worn, the ground a little more hard packed, less grass growing on it than the others. And you go ahead and you enter the forest. Are we entering it in earnest, or are we just how are we going about this?
No, I want to be cautious about this. Also, Dustin said he'll be right
Yeah.
back.
No worries. We can work on that. He can do what he's got to do. So, the three of you enter the path in earnest, and Adonis, you get to make the first roll since this is your this has been your thinking up until this point.
All right.
So
What do I?
first, we got to figure out how much distance you're able to travel inside the day.
All right.
So for that, roll a d20.
Before that, I want to get back out of this area 2 hours before sunset, preferably.
So you're not going to be traveling very deep in then.
No, I'm mainly just looking around, and I want to be marking on the map of any the path. I want to make a pseudo map work of the path,
All right.
as well as any major features of the terrain.
The terrain itself is heavy woods.
Okay.
It's just heavily wooded.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I rolled 18.
Okay. 18's pretty good, actually. So, while you're marching through the forests, I would like each of you to pick a thing that you're doing to try to find what you're looking for. So, in this case, I imagine Adonis, you're going to want to make a survival roll because that's your main trait for this. Go ahead.
81.
All right. Guinevere, what are you going to use to help try to find these goblins? Are you going to lean into survival, discern nature, just a general investigation?
I think I'll probably try and use nature.
All right, let's roll for nature.
80.
Okay. Has Gelt rejoined us?
Yes.
All right, how are you going to help in this search?
I'm gonna use investigation.
Okay.
Which is a 91.
Okay. Guinevere, you notice something a little odd about a set of brambles. This bush, it looks like it's there, but it's dying from the base up. Normally, these plants die from the leaves down. Gelt, you go over to further investigate this anomaly and discover that that's because this bramble isn't rooted into the ground. It's been derooted and moved, revealing a path that was before obscured from view. Adonis, you look over this path that they've discovered, and this time some of the feet not so well wrapped. The prints become very evident. As the three of you have discovered, a goblin path, very well traveled, with hints of fur and little scraps of cloth and little rusty red spots that speckle the pathway.
Okay.
I want to snare trap this path.
Do you have the materials for that?
I got rope.
I
Okay.
don't think. Well,
I don't necessarily know what other, like, besides maybe a stick to,
I don't think it'll
But-
work how you're thinking it will, because it's going to be so. The rope's going to be a lot thicker than like a twine, so it won't really snare up as good.
That
Well,
rope is pretty thick.
But why?
Uh,
Why try and snare them? We know that this is the path.
Yeah, we could just continue on, or if you guys don't want to, we can go back, but I
why
think
can
we
I
should.
not find the snare that Brother Bear gets caught in?
Huh? Oh.
That's more of that. I was looking for a gif of that, but
Oh.
that's more of the trap that I want to set up.
Fair.
I still think we should just go burn it down.
Yeah, but I still think we should definitely just go there and take care of it ourselves.
No, I think we could. Mainly my purpose for snare trapping it, just to confirm the path is being used. Because if we come back in the morning and the snare...
With your role, there's no doubt about that.
Oh, there's no doubt about it? Okay.
The path
Cool.
is very much being used.
Okay.
Yeah, you all had a very good combination roll.
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
What time of day is it?
About now, it's you guys are sitting at about 1 o'clock.
How long did it take us to get to this
Okay.
point?
Well, because you've been slowly searching and everything, and you had to travel through other farmland, it's taken you a good chunk of the day. Since you entered the forest itself, and again, you've been going slow, searching, being super cautious, it's taken you about 4 or 5 hours.
But we could go back faster.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And sunset is at 8 or 6?
1,900 hours.
7. Okay.
I still think we have enough time to, continue.
I would like to be out of the forest
think
no
so,
later than
too.
5, though. I think we have enough time. Granted, nothing, pops up that necessarily needs to be dealt with immediately.
I think it's our best idea to try and get it taken care of as soon as possible.
My other thing, too, is that if we went back, there's also a greater chance, not necessarily a greater chance, but there's also a good chance that some of the farmhands know these paths. And with what I've already, jotted down on the map and stuff like that, we might even be able to find multiple paths to this section and be able to set traps for any escape routes these goblins may try to take, with us only knowing of the one path in so far.
Fair.
That's my other reasoning of, I want to be back before the sunset because, one, those goblins are going to come out. Secondly, that'll give us time to at least rest a little bit from all the shit that we've done in the day. And, also hopefully be there either before or sometime around when the farmhands and everybody gets back. But I'm down to keep going forward. But
Okay. Just trying to
I
get
think
out
we should
before
just.
nightfall.
I would like to be out of here by 5. At least out of the
I
forest
think
by
that
5.
we've come this far. We should scout it out before we leave.
Yeah.
Everyone give me a stealth check.
Oh, goody. Stealth.
Ooh, I get plus 10 in these.
Jesus, shadow melding like a Chad.
That's without shadow meld.
See. I don't add anything to stealth.
80.
93.
Good God.
I've been
95.
rolling well. I should
95.
knock
Alright.
on wood.
95 and a half.
All right. I love it when backstory and dice get along. The three of you stealth forward for about 45 minutes or so. And there, as you're stealthing forward through this path, you don't find any paths that branch from it. this path just continues until finally you come across a few large trees that's roots have begun to grow up and out of the earth and almost intertwine with each other, making a little bit of an archway to walk through.
Almost like a beaver dam kind of looking thing.
Hanging from the center of that archway are the scalps and ears of about 6 lepradae.
Can we guesstimate the age?
You don't have time. As your eyes glance down and you see, not but 30 feet from this archway, the opening of a small cave jutting between a rock formation, and 2 goblins, one sitting with his back against the rocks, picking his teeth with something, and the other one holding its spear and kind of swinging it wildly as it screeches to itself.
And these are just normal sized goblins, nothing like run of the mill.
They're standard-sized goblins.
Okay.
They have not seen us.
No, you have seen them, but like goblins, true to their nature, they aren't paying attention to their job.
Fair.
Yeah, that sounds
All right.
right.
I want to mark on the map the path that we took, and the end of it.
Not a problem. Done and done.
And with that, I personally would like to head back.
So the job stated that 2
There's a
silver
reward for finding it and a reward for killing it.
15 as a reward for destroying it.
Yeah. 17 in total, I think it was, because it's 2 for finding, 15 for destroying.
Yep.
And there was also a bounty on for dead goblins, right?
They pay for dead goblins.
Well, we'll be bringing back a lot of dead goblins.
Yeah, just proof.
Sounds like we're collecting goblin ears.
Yeah, but say ears are. Yeah.
Heads, ears, whatever you want.
Ears are a little bit easier to travel with.
Yeah, good point.
How they're about 30 feet in front of us?
30 feet past the archway, and you're about 40, because you're about 10 feet before the archway.
From the archway to them, how much, is it open space, or is it, just an archway, and then it leads more of a path that we've already been on and into their cave?
It's much more, well, there's a little bit of an opening, because where the cave comes up, the trees haven't grown over.
Yeah.
But you're talking maybe,
5-10 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. But prior to that, it's still just a path. There's just a fancy archway.
Yeah, just a wonder of nature that grew.
Okay.
Then,
in this sense, a signal.
Huh?
In this sense, it's like a oh hey, once you see the archway, goblin den immediately after.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and get close, sneak up closer.
Explain.
You'll be in a clearing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was.
You're gonna walk out into that clearing.
Okay.
The only one who would possibly be able to do it would have been me.
Okay, so there's no bushes or anything to hide in.
Well, I'm asking, are you going around? Are you trying to get off the path and move through the woods to get around them? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm trying to be out of sight while still getting closer.
What's the time of day?
It's about it's about 2.
Yeah, right. Well, right, yeah. 2 o'clock or 1400 hours about this point.
All right. I'm gonna tap Gelt on the shoulder and tell him, not the right time. Whether he wants to continue doing this, I'm not going to stop him, but I am going to heavily suggest that it is not the right time to do this.
What would you suggest?
I'm going to show him the map again, and teach him a thing or two, and be like, look, this is what we have. This is what we know. You know, we have X's at the start of paths. Possibility of connections. You know, through this wooded area. There's plenty of them because we don't know the forest.
There is no connections, right?
Not from the path that you've walked on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can I look around and see, like, if I can see in the clearing any other paths to go down?
From the distance you guys are right now and the angle that your path would give you, it's hard to tell because all you see is walls of trees going around. This is a heavily wooded area. You'd actually have to step into the clearing and walk around to look for paths.
But so I'll explain, you know, the whole map thing, and I'll be like, we need to go back. We've already earned our 2 silver, essentially. We have it all mapped out, figured out, information, everything. If we want to clear this, we're going to need way more intel than we can gather in the time that we currently have before the sun, you know, starts to get low and the goblins start to get up.
Well, we can make at least 2 more silver.
Not right now. It is not a good time. Earlier in the morning, I would be game. But because of how it's still early afternoon, depending on when these goblins went to sleep last night, though, for the day, they could have already been asleep for a good handful of hours and at least ready to go, and not so much off guard if one of those 2 goblins doesn't die immediately when we hit them.
I have faith that we can take those 2 out in one go.
I'm not saying that we can't take
agree.
them out. I just do not think it is the best time to do it, tactically speaking, due to the nature of goblins and the possibility of a shift change. We don't necessarily know their patterns. A shift change could be any second now, depending if goblins do it every hour, every 30 minutes, whenever they fucking feel like it, or if they don't do it at all. I say possibly. Let's go back, get the information we need from the farmer and the farmhands, come back here earlier in the morning, see if we see the same goblins on shift or a different set of goblins. And because we'll be back so early in the morning, it'll be a hell of a lot easier to sit, watch, and time out their shift changes.
So, I have a few questions at this point.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll let you get your chance in a moment here, Guinevere. So
you're
I
good.
have a few questions. One, what have you been marking this map with?
I don't know.
Great question.
Great question. I thought we had a pencil with the map.
When we have charcoal.
We do have charcoal.
Torch.
Okay, so you've been marking it with charcoal, we're going to say.
Yeah.
Because you didn't buy ink.
Charcoal it is.
All right. Gelt.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 days since you cleaned your Archmail arm.
Yeah, it is.
And, Adonis, it's been about 2 days since you cleaned your gun.
Yes. But I have not used it since the last time I cleaned it.
So, that's the smell of industry. The smell of civilization. And the goblin, who was rather lazily leaning back, has begun sniffing the air. Drawn to the noises of people squabbling and the smell of something that doesn't belong in the woods.
Would definitely like to get away as safely and quickly as possible.
Guinevere, what were you going to say?
I, to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm frustrated with both plans of like leaving currently when there's still so much day left, or staying and trying to take out the goblins because I don't know.
I mean,
we're gonna keep arguing here, and it's gonna get dangerous. I'm telling you now, that boy is sniffing, and we're a smelly.
Fine, let's go then.
Quickly and safely as possible.
All right. our goal is to get out of here as safely, as quietly as possible. Are we trying to make it back to the farm?
Yes.
Okay. With how deep you all traveled, with how long you all took to work out your decisionary plans, it is past sunset, and we are in hour 21 of the day. The farmhouse is probably still another 2 hours walk as you are walking through the middle of the fields.
We're out of the woods?
You're out of the woods.
Alright, cool. I'm definitely okay with speeding up. Like, immensely.
I mean, even if we speed up, it'll still be like another hour before we make it there, I assume.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm willing to sacrifice that hour, and...
Alright. I need you guys to light some torches. At least one.
Yeah.
So,
I'll light one.
So one torch out of the inventory. You see the torches of farmhands that have been tasked with staying up and keeping watch. They see your fire in the distance, and so they don't shank you when you come stepping out of the darkness.
Appreciated.
Appreciated. Much appreciated.
I like not being shanked by rabbit folk. That's a nice perk.
This is one of those ones where if you guys were still orcs and you guys had night vision, you'd be like, we don't need no torch. Out of the darkness, pitchforks, pitchforks, pitchforks.
Stab.
The farmhands welcome you, little distraught. They're happy to see you, but at the same time not happy with the news that you bring.
Fair.
There's no one's still awake, right? Like, I'm not gonna get any information that I want to attempt to get tonight done.
People that are on watch are awake, I assume.
And they're gonna wake up Jonas.
That is fair.
Okay.
So Jonas comes out to the barn to speak with you. It's 2,300 hours at this point, but he's very curious about people who come talking about goblins.
Alright. Tired as all hell. I'm gonna whip out the map. And I'm gonna explain to him. Well, one, I'm gonna tell him, you know, Jonas, you don't have to stay up with us. I know you have to be up early in the morning, but I do want to explain this map to you. And not necessarily right now, but if you do know anyone who may know of these game routes in the woods and where they go, and if any of them connect, it would be super helpful because, and I'll point to the X. This here is where we found the goblin nest.
He nods his acknowledgement of what you're saying. He informs you that most of his people don't spend a whole lot of time in the woods. They don't like being in places where they can't see predators. So they tend to avoid the woods, at least from his perspective.
Yeah.
He's looking at the map and he informs you that most of those game routes are routes that were made by adventurers that come every year to hunt in the woods. So nobody really can tell you because the game routes change every year.
Yeah.
New group of adventurers come, they cut a new route.
Gotcha. Alright.
And with the map you're holding in your hands, despite the fact that you've drawn it with charcoal, at least among the adventurers who are hunters, they would consider this to be a very expensive item.
Oh.
Because information is worth money.
So there's a chance that we could go back to Corvus and pawn this map.
Hold on. I don't want to just pawn this map. I would like to produce this map. Thank you very much. With some real ink and, another map.
You guys just want to leave these Leprade out here defenseless?
I didn't say I wanted to leave them right now. Just when the time comes that we're, back in town and can afford things such as this, something that I want to look into.
Fair enough.
I'm just saying there's more money to be made. I'm not saying there's more money to be made alternatively. I'm just saying on top of what we can make.
Yeah. Agreed.
I still think we should just burn this nest to the ground, though.
That's
So,
the
like,
plan.
No one is saying that we're gonna just abandon the nest. No, we are still doing that. Still what's happening. Just making an observation.
This is worth money.
Yeah, making an
Okay.
observation that there is money to be made when we get back.
fair enough.
So you have made it. You've informed Jonas. Jonas has told you what he can. Is there anything else you want to achieve this night before you rest?
I'm gonna clean my arm.
Well, I want to go to sleep and not wake up until 8 o'clock.
All right.
When I wake up,
Now,
I want to clean my weapon.
We were just informed that your arm already smelt like civilization, and that attracted the goblins.
I mean, he can't take it off.
No, but
but he's gonna clean it
But
again.
yeah, that's okay. This
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I have an idea.
It might not be a good idea.
Yeah.
I have a better idea. Tomorrow, we mask our weaponry with hopefully the scent of farmland and forest.
I think forest is a good option.
Then I do not need to do anything.
All right. So with that, we rest.
When I get up, I don't necessarily want to clean my weapon, but I would like to maintain it so that it doesn't, I go to shoot. If I shoot that last bullet I have, and it just misfire or hit me in the chest, and that's 12 damage.
It just kills you.
You do the best you can.
Without actually
Good enough.
cleaning it.
It is now the 19th.
All right.
Hold on, wait, let me do this check. You guys got up on the 16th. You slept a day out there at the fields. You slept another day in the fields.
Then we slept with.
Then you slept at the
in the barn.
Oh, no. It is the
20th, right?
Yeah, it is the 20th. Hope you didn't leave anything in your room at the poorhouse.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, huh? Shit.
As far as I know, we did not.
Definitely did not.
Because the house cleaning claimed that.
Looks like we did not need 5 nights at the poorhouse.
This was a longer expedition than thought.
Mm-hmm.
But it is now 8 in the morning. Please withdraw 1 ration and withdraw 1 water charge. Actually, go ahead and fill your water up, but withdraw the ration.
Okay.
Because I assume you're at the farm. They'll give you water.
Fair enough.
And is our plan to go directly back to the goblin nest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. With that being said, I just need stealth rolls from everybody.
Okay.
Let's go kill some goblins, boys.
Some gobos. 96.
Oh, my phone's in my pocket. I was like, where's my phone?
78.
Okay.
101.
Good
Or
God.
no,
Whew.
103.5, because I have a 2.5 on top of my 10.
Excellent. You make it through the fields, into the woods, stealthily, quietly. You arrive back in front of those arches, looking at those Laprade scalps at 1 o'clock.
Oh, this looks familiar.
Are they the same scouts? Or are they different?
It's the same.
The
It's
same.
the same exact everything. Same exact time.
We were here
Yeah,
at 2 o'clock
that's why
last
I was
time.
like, oh, a whole hour.
You traveled a huge chunk of distance, and then you had to slow down and be careful when you entered the woods.
On top of that, a whole hour could have been the difference between a shift change.
So, are we
I say
standing
we
here?
don't scout them out. I say we kill them.
Yeah, that is
We're
the plan.
wasting time.
So there's a goblin, this time only 1, holding his spear. He stretches and just kind of tucks his spear back under his arms and leans in the shadow of the cave opening.
how far is it from us?
40 feet.
Oh, I can hit that in 40 feet. Alright.
Uh,
I'm gonna take out my loaded crossbow.
okay.
All right.
And, we're gonna fire.
1.
What?
What?
I'm waiting for a 1.
Oh,
I was
No,
like, 1 what? 90.
Roll me a d6.
Where's my d6? That's not it. There it is. 4.
Roll damage.
4.
Your arrow or your bolt shoots through a quiet, dull thunk of the cord. And the goblin, who was just stretching and getting comfortable to take an afternoon guard nap, feels the bolt pierce straight into his chest and into his heart.
Perfect.
Whew.
He opens his mouth to scream, only for a gargle of blood to be heard for anyone that was within 10 feet of him, as he collapses down in the cave opening.
alright. Fucking.
Assuming that I have more charcoal, since that's what I was using to write with yesterday, I want to, tell the others, alright, let's, go forward and see what we can see. And I want to go towards the opening.
Yeah.
I am also going to reload the crossbow.
Okay, crossbow's reloaded. The 3 of you come creeping out of the path. You see the dead goblin, yes?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that dead goblin and throw him in some bushes.
Okay, you grab the goblin.
Easier first.
I want to
Chuck
take the
him off.
arrow.
Oh,
If
yes,
the arrows,
Alright.
take the ear and take my arrow back if it's still usable.
You withdraw your bolt out of his goblin body, no problem. It's a little slimy, but you're good. And you snip off the ears?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and you pocket yourself a pair of goblin ears. So, just to keep the math simple, we'll call that 1 goblin in the bag.
Alright.
I'm gonna go ahead and keep a tally.
That's a good
There
idea.
you go.
Yeah.
So, you're standing there at the cave entrance.
I'm gonna do a little dirt, a slight little dirt bath to try and mask the smell.
I'm gonna go stick my hand in the hole that we made of the goblin's body, and I'm just gonna mask my smell that way.
With a dead goblin?
With the dead
dead
goblin?
So you go goblin slayer, pouring goblin all over yourself.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gelt, you're rubbing dirt into the inner workings of your...
No, maybe not so much. Maybe not trying to keep that shit out of the gears, but
Okay.
Why don't you rub it on some grass?
that's fair.
I just want to grab some leaves from a tree and just be like, here, Gelt, you use this.
All right.
As I'm covering myself in goblin, I just look to him. Still fresh.
No.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't know if I can do this. Where is what I am looking for?
I love it. We've got 1 covered in goblin guts, 1 rubbing plant life all over him.
I can do it with the action points that
And
I
I
have
just
left.
get to stand here looking at my children.
Since we're going into the cave, I'm gonna shadow meld.
That's fair.
All
Ooh,
right.
that's a great idea.
You shadow meld up, and all 3 of you enter the cave?
Yeah.
I would like to lead this charge.
Okay. This charge, this sneaky charge.
This sneaky charge.
One, I probably smell like goblin, hopefully, and they can't see me.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, you have a plus 20 now?
Plus 20 now, yes.
His stealth is ridiculous.
Jesus Christ! Now you're looking like Shore at the end of the fucking campaign.
No kidding.
All right. And you're all in. You'll probably find yourselves closer to the top.
Oh, okay.
All right. I think I have 45 feet of movement.
Yeah, sounds right.
We don't see anything as we enter the cave?
It's a dark cave. You want to light a torch?
Nope.
Okay. So to give you perspective, let me show you what your vision's looking like.
All right. But right there, we don't necessarily see anything, right?
Nope.
All right.
I'll be back in just a second.
Okay.
I'm going to move to right there and then look and see if I see anything.
That's an investigation.
Yep, sounds good. Too bad I have -5 in that.
Oof.
Yeah, all my investigating things, -5.
All your stealth stuff though, +10.
+10. Or right now, +20.
20 and a half, or 20, 22.5.
20 and a half. 74.
So we haven't rolled this in a few days because we haven't had a need to. But I suppose we should get initiatives worked out.
That's probably a
good.
good idea.
Or rolling 20s for that, or hundreds?
Hundreds.
All right.
I mean, you can roll a 20 for it. I'm sure my goblins would love you.
I'm sure they would. 97.
Roll initiative, Hunt. No, nothing bad is happening. He's just getting it sorted.
Okay. He's like, roll initiative, and I'm like, oh no.
We're in a dungeon, so
Oh. I got a 1.
excellent.
Oh no.
So this worked out. Adonis, you've already taken your approach to move forward. Gelt, you are up.
All right.
So far, I've seen nothing, so.
Okay. Go. Here.
Okay. Do you want to do anything besides move?
Yeah, is there what is that? Is that a door?
Roll to investigate.
Yeah. I got an 85.
It's a false wall.
Ooh. I'll let. Could I let Guinevere know without, or I'm obviously gonna let Adonis know, and I
I
know I
say, are
can
we going
tell
to play
him.
telephone?
As long as you guys have visual on each other, I'll imagine you signal to Adonis and Adonis signals to Guinevere.
Okay,
I cannot signal to Guinevere.
She can see you.
But she moves next.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'll assume when you guys move through each other, you can get these communications worked out.
Okay.
Okay, because I was about to say, we definitely cannot see each other. If she moves 1 block forward, yeah, game on. Right now, nah, it's dark over there.
All right. Speaking of which, Guinevere, you're up.
Okay. I didn't catch. Is there any negative effects on our movement right now?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
That
Just
bubble
dark as
around us
shit.
is your vision.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Everywhere that we've been so far, and can currently see, there is nothing there, as far as we know.
Yeah, and Gelt found a false wall.
Yeah.
I guess get Like you're like up in the mix.
All right. You're there. Everything's looking good. They inform you of what's going on. Adonis, we are back to you.
All right. I'm gonna get up right there, and then I'm gonna investigate again. I have interest in that false wall, but I do want to clear the front first.
Fair enough.
Also, very much avoiding anybody from touching me.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, because Shadow Melding will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If one of you touches me, it breaks it. All right. It's 80.
You see nothing.
All right.
You're like this cave is deep.
Bait of cave.
Bait of cave. That would be about right. It's a cave made of cave. Who would have thunk it?
Not me.
Oh, wow.
Was that your turn, Cody?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so that would bring us back to guilt.
I am going to go check out this fucking.
Are those things disappearing because we weren't supposed to see them, or?
They're on the wrong map.
Ah, okay. Because I also saw the other ones in the other corner disappearing, and I was like,
well, if you ever make it over there to investigate, you could find out.
That's a strong if.
Look, man, I know what happened to me in the fucking sewers. I can't imagine what's going to happen to me in here.
Do I see anything from,
Nope.
No? Okay.
Right now, you're just in a large hall. For lack of a better term, we'll call it a hallway. Making your way.
Yeah.
Making your way downtown.
Walking, so faces hopefully aren't passing. And I'm goblin bound.
And I want to kill you.
And I need you.
At least your ears.
At most your ears. That's all I need, honestly.
At night I wonder if I kill you 1,000 times.
Right.
Can I maybe do a perception check to see if I hear anything with my elven hearing?
Go for it.
$72.
Mostly you hear dripping. You hear sounds of like the air that's blowing into the cave system.
Mhm.
But that's all you really hear at the moment.
Okay.
This brings us back to Guinevere.
All right. Kind of right up by Gelt. Because I don't want him to go through that false wall alone. But I assume that since he doesn't see anything, I probably won't either.
Correct.
And I don't think I have anything that'll help me.
Fair enough. Adonis.
Alright. We're going to try and use my full 45.
Whew.
Hugging the hell out of this wall. And with every step I make, I want to be, mainly one, looking in front of me and making sure that there's nothing sleeping where I'm about to step. Along with watching for anything that might pass by me as I'm going forward.
Alright. Make a stealth roll as you move.
Okay.
Since you did bother to shadow meld, you might as well use it.
You are
20.
20 and a half.
Oh, I'm sorry. That half is so important.
It is.
That is, here it actually does mean something.
110 and a half.
Jesus.
Excellent. Alright, where are you going?
Oh, let me get that ruler out.
This isn't 40K.
I guess I'm going to go right there.
Alright.
And just, actually, I'm going to go down one more so I have visual of that wall right there.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Cool. Too bad I have a -5 in that. Oh, 91.
Hey.
It's not a wall. It's sticks that have been laid over the floor.
Oh.
Is it
It's-
tall
it's
or
a-
is it
it's a
floor?
noise trap.
And you realize as you're looking through them, with such a good investigation, that there doesn't appear to be much floor underneath those sticks.
Bungee trap.
Bungee trap. All right.
All right,
Good to know.
back to guild.
See if we'll see anything right here walking past me.
Kitty.
Quiet, Charlie. Quiet.
Put the catnip in the bag,
Pretty much.
and nobody gets hurt.
Roll for perception.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
101.
Jesus.
96, baby.
Very nice. You see, before he has a chance to attack you, a goblin holding a sharpened bone who is about ready to lunge at you. You get opening strike.
Hell yeah.
Kill him. Kill him.
71.
71 hits. You gonna strike or are you gonna skirmish?
I'm gonna skirmish.
All right. How many dice?
3.
You got it.
So that's a 4, a 6, and a 4.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage for all 3 of those.
Nice. $12 damage.
The goblin is lunging forward at you with a short spear in hand. What was the... Should have asked this. So you said total of 12 damage?
Yeah.
Your first strike with your sword crashes into a barrel lid that it's using as a makeshift shield. It goes crashing through it.
Mm-hmm.
Your second strike takes off the arm that was holding said shield. And your third strike comes back and around with a twist of the wrist and through the goblin's neck.
Nice.
The goblin falls lifeless. The sound of you smashing his shield with your sword, though, wakes up the rest of the sleeping goblins that are in that room.
All right. But the one I was fighting is dead, right?
The one, yeah, he is dead.
Got it.
Yep. Eventually get back on the right page. Here, I'll put a little dead marker on him. He's dead.
Okay. Oh boy. Look at that dead marker.
I don't want to take his body off because then we'll lose track of how many heads you have to collect.
That is fair.
Yeah, that is 100% fair.
And with that, because Valora, well, you still have a couple action points.
Yeah, I think I have enough for a flash and clash. I do.
On who?
On the goblin in front of me, directly above me.
Okay, you can see him. Fair enough.
86.
Connects.
How does flash and clash work again?
Go ahead and roll damage, and then it's an auto crit.
Oh, okay. 6.
Okay. You take his head clean off his shoulders before he even has a chance to block.
Nice.
And that puts you up right in front of him. And Guinevere has a 1.
Yeah.
So the goblins get to go.
Understandable.
And you are left with 3 goblins holding spears and barrel and makeshift shields.
Easy money.
The first one comes in to attack you on the side, and he misses as you nimbly step out of the way, just having the end of it go past you. Another one comes and attacks you from behind, and you are at... Ooh, that's going to connect. 35 to connect.
Ever so slightly.
Mm-hmm. And he's going to skirmish.
All right.
Please roll me 4 d6s.
5, 6, 4, and a 6. Hey.
Okay. The first one stabs you as he thrusts forward. Then you manage to deflect as he tries to thrust a second time. He punches you in the face with his makeshift shield. Slightly dazed, you manage to block off and parry the next thrust from the spear. He deals you a total of 3 points of damage. And now for the next goblin to attack.
Doesn't even sound as bad as the rat's dog. You're fine.
There's...
Next goblin hits with a 40. He's just going to go for the big spear motion. And that's 4 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Yes.
We had 1 point of over armor, right?
I'll take your armor into account in just a moment.
Okay.
And then the last goblin makes their attack.
Oh fuck, I thought that was the last one.
37. And he's going to skirmish you. So I need 4 d6s.
5.
Okay.
5.
Okay.
6. 5. Hey, that was actually really good.
You parry. You parry a second one. You dodge the third one, and the fourth one sticks you in the gut for 3 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
As the goblin screeches into your face, you get your first good glimpse at a goblin of Dresselhime. Its gnarled and twisted teeth, blackened and yellowed, smiling at you with glee as it feels its spear piercing into your flesh. Your over armor. You had 1 point of over armor. It is destroyed and removed. In total, you take 9 points of damage.
Yo, that's fucking saucy.
The rats took 14 from me one time.
There were 6 of them.
There was more rats.
They are also a lot smaller than a goblin.
Yeah, this is ouchie.
What of here?
All right.
You hear the screaming.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start. How far would it take? I think.
You're about 25 feet away from the bottom one.
Yep.
Yeah. I get close enough to just flash this thing.
Go for it.
Solid. I'll go for that one right there at the bottom.
All right.
Let me do my math really quick. Uh, 96.
Cool. Yeah, that hits. Without question. Please roll for that was a slash and clash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
Let's see. I think it's a
D6.
D6 plus 1 with your sword, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh, that's a full 6. Well, it's 6 with the plus 1.
So his head falls right off as you pierce right through his. I'd say their neck is probably about as wide as the average guy's forearm.
Okay.
He's dead. Oop, I think I clicked on the wrong one.
I think you did as well.
There we go.
And then I want to go ahead and use Healing Breeze.
That is very appreciated.
Yes, Healing Breeze.
Charlie, stop knocking over my computer, please.
Does she need food?
She's so mad at me.
Hand over the catnip and nobody gets hurt.
How much do we heal for?
Let me see. I roll a d4, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the spells.
It's all good.
It's a 3, but
Hey, it's a 3.
3's not so bad.
Gelt, you feel some of those wounds starting to close up. And I think that's it.
Yep, I think so.
All right. Adonis, give me a perception check real quick.
Oh, I was waiting for this. It's gonna be bad, but I was waiting for it.
It's gonna be bad.
It's not gonna be bad. It's a 93.
Hey,
Ooh.
You hear the commotion behind you.
how well?
Yeah, how, like, is it loud or is it like...
Oh yeah, you hear the goblins screeching and you hear the of, Gelt getting stabbed.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
And you hear the clanging of him deflecting weapons and the swishing of their swords.
Got it. But I haven't seen anything run out of that hallway over there?
Nope.
Alright. Definitely a concern. But alright. It's my turn, right? So I can move now?
Yeah, that's what...
Sorry. I was like,
determining whether or
wow.
not you were aware of what was going on behind you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna, because I'm 99% sure I have the map still, I'm gonna pull out the map and my little charcoal piece, and I'm gonna start pathing the cave, and, mark off the punji trap.
Okay.
And then I'm going to get right there, and kind of just hide in the shadows with my shadow meld, waiting for anything to walk past me.
Okay. That's it?
I mean, I'm going to look around, make sure there's nothing around me where I stepped or anything like that before I get there.
I'm just making sure that that's it.
I don't want to step on a fucking sleeping goblin for whatever reason he's sleeping next to a punji trap.
Yeah, man.
But
Whatever makes you feel comfy.
Granted, had I walked up on him and, caught him before I stepped on him, that man was definitely getting tossed into the punji. Yeah, he was getting kicked into the punji trap.
All right. In that case, we are back to Gelt.
All right. I'm gonna swing on the one that's above me to the right.
Okay.
76.
76 hits.
And I'm gonna skirmish for 3.
Okay.
5.
All right.
Or 5.
You open with a slash, which gets caught on a shield and pushed up. You try to twist the wrist and come around, and you go in for a straight thrust. The goblin literally jumps to make your thrust miss, as Ken does the cheerleader splits. You try to bring up, and as you bring the blade up, thinking, I'll just cut you from the groin to your throat, he throws down his spear shaft and catches the edge of your blade, rolling off.
Oh god. That's not how I thought that would go. I'm gonna stab at him with my my knife hand.
Okay.
99.
99 connects. Please roll damage.
4.
Right as the goblin starts to roll off of your blade using the end of his spear, you just come around with that parrying blade as it shoots out of your wrist and stabs straight into his face.
Nice.
Dead goblin.
Nice.
And I believe that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. The goblin that's remaining sees the commotion that's going on, screeches at the top of his lungs as he charges in at you. And, that's a 100.
Oh, God.
He's going to skirmish. Each of his attacks, because he rolled a 100, will be considered a crit if it hits.
I hope you bulletproof, because this about to hurt.
Please roll 4 d6s.
It's
Roll
I'm
high.
I'm bulletproof. I don't know if I'm fucking goblin spear proof, dog. 6.
You just might be.
6. 5. 5.
The
That's
first,
not bad, all things considered.
the first thrust comes at you. You kind of do the whole, whoop, not me, sidestep. It goes by. The goblin spins. You duck down. It goes over your head. The third one comes in, catches you right on the inside of your left thigh.
Oh.
The goblin pulls out, swings his shield up to hit you in the face, and you manage to pull your head back just in time. You take a total of 4 points. Ooh, he rolled max damage. 4 points of piercing damage, and you gain a bleed. So, I don't think I had a thing for that. Good enough, that'll do.
You just know that you're bleeding profusely.
Yes, you have gained a bleed. You took an additional 4 points of piercing damage. And that is the end of the goblin's turn. Back to Guinevere.
Right. I'm just going to step right that one here. Right there, and just try and stab that one.
All right.
$72.
Strike or skirmish?
I'm gonna skirmish him.
How many dice?
Let's go with 3.
Okay.
6, 4, and a 5.
Okay. You strike with the first, slashing across the goblin's back. The goblin turns just in time to use the end of the shield to bump your blade on the second strike. But you know what you're doing. You flip your wrist and bring it back down across the other side for the third slash to cut across the front of the goblin. Roll damage twice.
All right. $7 damage total.
Okay. And the goblin falls to the ground, bleeding profusely.
Nice. Speaking of things that are bleeding profusely.
Yeah. You're gonna have to wait a minute because I don't have the Oh wait, do I? 2, 3, 4.
Pretty sure. How many action points does Healing Breeze take?
I think it takes 2. I think.
Yeah,
I
one
think
short.
I have 2.
No, you're one
Oh,
short.
am I?
The skirmish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Yep. So, Adonis, Back to you.
All right. How big of a gap do those punji traps look like they are?
Those pit traps, so in total, that pit trap is 5 feet, 15 feet wide, because it goes from wall to wall, and it's 5 feet across.
That is a dangerous jump to make.
Yeah, I think you'd be better. Well, they might expect that.
It's a dangerous jump either. Like,
either way, you can either try and jump that, which is iffy.
It's iffy, or I can attempt to, not knock into a goblin walking through this one-way path after, possibly them hearing what I heard.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up. But I do not want to be spiked to death. So
yeah, but I think the better option might just be going through the path.
I'm just essentially going to get here, watching out for any goblins looking for anything, just hiding in them shadows.
I need you to roll for, in this case, since you're being very persistent about this, you get to choose passive perception or investigation.
I don't know what my passive perception is.
Just in other words, do you want to do perception or investigation for this?
It don't matter either way. They're both -5. Yeah. Should have put way more points into wisdom.
You know that now. It's something to work on.
Yeah. I rolled a 93.
Hey.
So before you walk through there, you notice that in the top of that doorway, or archway, or whatever you want to call a caveway, there's a hole in the top.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like has a recess that's about 3 feet wide by 3 feet long. So it's about a 3-foot hole that goes up. Yeah. And you can just see the edge of a spearhead.
Oh, it was getting piked either way. Got it. Can I make the shot?
Oh. Yeah, you can totally shoot up into there.
What do I hear?
You hear the breathing of a goblin.
But I can't see, I can't make out his body or anything like that?
You're looking up into darkness and you don't... Who has the torch? No one.
No one. None of us lit a torch.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, well, no, I don't know how far a human can see. I just have this little circle around me.
That's just it. You can't see. You just you see the end of the spear, so you have and based off of the sound, you have a rough idea that there's a goblin in that hole. You could totally shoot up into that hole. He just has a higher chance of you missing.
That's fine. And if I walk there, he's going to be able to see me?
If you walk underneath through there, he's going to jam that spear down into your head.
Like a good goblin would.
Like a good goblin would. Okay. Definitely not going to shoot the pistol up there, so I guess I'll take my chances with the crossbow.
I think we learned from the rats.
No, the pistol would definitely get him. Let me tell you, that one bullet I got left...
100% it kills a goblin with a D4 of HP.
5d4 plus 5 sets of fire damage, and then I have a recoil penalty of 1d12.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't die, I'd be much more concerned.
This is actually the hospital.
So, are we going to fire it?
Not the gun. We're definitely going to fire the crossbow up there, and I'm going to aim center mass. Center of that circle.
Okay.
Hoping for the best.
100.
Let's see. Alright. Let's go, baby. 84.
Roll damage.
Let's go, baby. 4.
The goblin drops down from above.
Oh.
The arrow the bolt has gone through the skull, through the eye.
Always aim center mass, baby.
And he's dropped down. The bolt itself is broken.
Understandable.
That's sad.
Well, it did bounce off a wall into his eye, and then he fell on it.
Yeah, no, it's understandable. Sad nonetheless.
You've gotten a lot of mileage out of your bolts.
So
I haven't used very many of them. I had 20, I have 15 now, and I've been picking them back up.
Exactly. You pick them up a lot. You got a lot of mileage.
Now, if you would like to proceed to move forward, you can.
Well, I want to take the ears from this goblin.
All right. You take the time. You snip the ears. That'll cost you an action.
I can't move the goblin, but I definitely want to put him next, just the block behind me, so that he, like, God forbid I have to jump across this Punji trap later. I'm not tripping over that goblin.
You're putting him over here.
Down.
I mean, you could just throw it in the pit.
Nah,
Right
that'll let him know.
Yeah,
Right,
that'll alert
I
them.
guess.
I don't know how much noise that pit will make.
All right, you've moved Goblin over. You've stripped him of his ears.
He stripped him of his ears.
And repeating myself once again, trying to make it right there.
No problem.
All my usual business.
All right, you make it there.
Do I see anything?
Nope.
All right, this is where I hang out.
All right, Gelt, Guinevere, we're back to the two of you. Combat is over, so we'll be a little loosey-goosey here with how things work. But
I'm gonna rip off a piece like the end of my cloak and just use that as a makeshift bandage to stop the bleeding.
oh, that reminds me, it's the beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
3 points of bleeding damage.
Whew, baby.
All right. Well, first, I want to... Wait, hang on. Do I have to be within 5 feet or 10 feet of an ally? Give me 1 second.
We're
20 feet.
We're being a little loosey-goosey here right now. You guys are good. You're standing around collecting goblin ears. You're good.
Okay, yeah. Then I want to throw a healing breeze at him.
That'd be much appreciated.
Excellent.
4.
Okay, he heals for 4, and he gets the bleed removed off of him.
Can't you also roll again? Since you rolled next.
Oh, yeah. That
you can.
That's the way that works, right? Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Oh, that's another 4.
Oh.
You can roll again.
Would you believe me if I said that was a third fucking 4?
That's I'm good. I'm chilling.
You're solid.
You have to roll.
Oh.
Okay, that one is a 3.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I'm back at max HP. Thanks. Appreciate that. Holy shit.
Just hoping for a not 1.
All right. So you are healed up. Your wound is closed. You ripped your cloak for no reason.
Sad. Whatever. It adds character.
Oh, wait. Yeah, hang on. Still have some action points. Wait can I minor repair it? Yeah.
Minor repair, fix his cloak. Look at him like, fool.
You got minor repair? I didn't know that would have picked up that arrow.
Fix that, sort of.
It says I can fix up to a whole 6 inches wide.
You can fix
doesn't
it.
really...
Yeah. As long as the material exists to fix it, she can fix it.
Oh, okay.
Alright, and now I want to take some goblin ears.
You guys collect the goblin ears. That's an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 goblins in total since you've entered the cave.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, could she potentially rip and tear the goblins to mend their ears with other body parts to generate more ears? Or no, not possible.
I don't think it works like that.
Mending is not a healing spell, so no.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
I'm all for, committing fraud.
Adonis is going to get killed and he's going to come back. He's going to be like, can I be a necromancer?
So anyway, remember those goblin corpses in that cave?
Oh,
Anyway,
okay.
Well,
and I can still use my movement now, right?
hold on, I haven't taken my turn.
Oh, yeah, you're good. You're good.
Gelt, would you like to move?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here, make sure nothing else is in here.
You walk around, you're good. There's no nothing else waiting to jump out and get you at the moment.
Nothing, no like loot or anything either. Like
No.
anything that worth of value, I should say.
You
We
find
got plenty worth of value. We got 5 goblin here.
Other than that,
you find remains.
goblins?
Shut the fuck up.
You find some animal remains. You find a collection of scalps, varying human, leprade, other, pinned to the wall. Trophies of their war.
More reason to put them down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Now that was it for here. I'm just gonna just move, start making my way back.
Guinevere, you're up.
All right. All the way up here. Yeah, just making my way back.
Not a problem. Back down to Adonis. Where are we going?
I want to look up into this next caveway and see if there's another goblin waiting for me up there.
Not at the entrance, no.
Alright. Well, rinse, repeat everything I've said prior.
Walk
We're
up.
We're gonna try and get right there.
Not a problem. Easy peasy. Gelt?
Just make one way back. That's it. I'm just moving. That's it.
All right. Guinevere.
Same for me.
Okay. Back to Adonis.
Alright. Rinse, repeat. 3 steps forward. Do I...
No steps back, please.
Anything?
No, nothing.
Alright. Cool. Gelt?
Yep, pretty much.
This is like the Hobbit all
Guinevere?
walking.
You see, Guinevere, when you step forward, you do see the corpse that Adonis left behind.
Oh, good. I make sure it has no ears, and I'm satisfied with it.
All right.
My arrow!
Do I see his bolt?
Oh, yeah. Do I see the bolt?
You see a broken half of the bolt sticking out of the goblin's eye.
Only half. Sad.
Yeah.
Did you use your full movement already?
She hasn't moved
she
yet.
has not.
There we go.
No, I hadn't. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, my turn? Alright.
Yeah. It's all you, Adonis.
Alright, rinse, repeat. I'm gonna stop right here and look up into this entrance. There's nothing up there.
It's solid stone.
Adonis has trust issues.
Hey, I mean, that's fair.
Look, I was almost speared in my cowboy hat, alright?
I was speared in my cowboy hat.
What a sense.
You two find the goblin with half a bolt stuck in his head.
Nice.
Guinevere.
Alright, I'm gonna get all the way up behind Adonis. Hello. Just pleasant Lord and goblin blood.
Yep. I'm gonna tell her about the Punji trap, considering that I don't think that they got close enough to see it.
No,
Or
they
at
did
least
not.
she didn't.
All right.
So, I'm also gonna show her my
Yeah.
map that I've made so far, and ask her if she has any additional information for me from what she went and did.
Okay. Both of you make stealth with disadvantage rolls.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Because we're having a conversation in the dark in the middle of a narrow cave passage.
I was hoping that we would be whispering.
You're still in a narrow cave passage.
Echoes the son of a bitch.
I got an 82.
Okay. I got
And a
a
half.
74.
Okay, you guys are reasonably quiet.
Okay. I wanna mark on the map like the little area that Gelt and I were up in.
Easy enough.
All right.
Adonis.
I'm going to head here and check around these corners. Make sure there's nothing that I can see, or that, maybe there's a wood stick ready to stab me in my ankles or not once I flip this corner.
Which way do you look first?
Guess we're gonna look northeast first.
Northeast first. Okay. Roll for perception.
73.
You see the goblin there. And you just beat him. You just beat him. The other goblin there. Before you duck your head back.
Oh, baby. Look at me go. -5 and all.
I like to think that you ducked behind so quick that your hat was just cartoonishly floating in air and then you grabbed it.
I'm a dumbass. Didn't do this earlier. I'm going to now reload the crossbow.
No problem.
I'm going to shoot the one that I was staring at first. Or at least I'm going to try to shoot him.
So you're going to swing your body around the corner to shoot that goblin.
Ooh, maybe that's not a good idea. Which one do I have better vision on, I guess? Or, accuracy?
They're about the same. Accuracy here is not the question.
Okay, so I'm going to have to flip this corner no matter what.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
To make the shot, you're going to have to flip this corner one way or the other. You're exposing yourself one way or the other.
Got it.
Okay. Even with my shadow meld?
Yeah. Shadow melding is great, but it doesn't stop someone who's staring at you. Look, this isn't PS1, okay? We're not playing.
Okay.
GoldenEye on 64, okay? The AI is a little more intelligent.
All right.
Come on.
All right. Well, I guess Shadow Meld is broken because I've been seen, so at least my spellstones are unlocked now.
No, you haven't been seen.
They either way, it doesn't obscure enough to make you completely invisible.
Well, yeah.
These guys have dark vision.
Okay. But I haven't been seen then, right?
No.
Okay.
Your shadow meld is in effect in terms of you being stealthy.
Got
it. It just so happens
help when you pull the trigger.
Yeah, when you come around to pull that trigger, you're standing in the open, and they're gonna hear the twang of that crossbow.
Okay. All right. So this is what I want to do.
Okay.
We're gonna go northeast. My spellstones are gonna unlock, and I'm gonna fire a shadow bolt behind me, hoping to hit the second one.
You have shadow bolt?
So you're gonna come out. You want to shadow bolt one of them, and you want to hit the other one with the crossbow.
Yes.
Let's give this a shot.
All right. I'm not particular into which one I hit with what. Just that,
Well, which way are you going to swing out to shoot?
Northeast first. So yeah, I guess I am particular
because
that's the direction I looked first and barely beat the other guy. So.
All right. So you come out. You're basically
79.
That's the crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're basically point blank in this fucker. So go ahead and roll damage.
Hey, look at that, a 4.
Hey.
All right. Goblin, you basically just, you proved that there's nothing between goblin ears.
Nice.
And then,
and then you're spinning around with the shadow bolt.
Do I have to spin around since I saw him? Because I was just going to lift my hand up and just shoot behind my head at him.
Then you're not aiming.
That's a disadvantage.
That's a disadvantage. All right, yeah, I'll spin around and shoot that man. He's far enough away that I don't think he can stab me quite yet.
All right.
73.
It hits.
Another 4! Let's go, baby!
You come around, you put the arrow straight between the ears of that one. You turn around, flicking your wrist, and boom! A bolt of dark necrotic energy shoots out of your hand into the goblin who's turning to be like, what the hell just happened? And 2 goblins down.
Nice, good job.
Did not think that I was gonna get that.
And then, hold on, computer, don't skits out on me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
The 2 goblins that were standing next to them are like, what the fuck just happened to my buddy? Before they start their turns, you're now aware of them because the 2 dead goblins that dropped brought the other goblins into view. Got anything left?
You got this, I believe in you.
I got 1 action point left.
You got it. Just run
Would
up
you
and
like
just
to,
punch
would you
me.
like to reload your crossbow?
Okay.
It takes 2 action points. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a second. I think I have something that makes it cheaper.
You have a feat. A skill.
Yeah, that's why you can skirmish with your crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload that baby then.
All right, you
reload and take a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload and take a shot at the one, northeast of me, because that one's definitely closer. Both of them are
Okay.
gonna hit me, but at least Guinevere will have a better chance to hit the one below me.
All right.
73 again.
Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
4!
Fair enough. All right, that goblin, done.
I like to think that Adonis just screamed that in his head when he shot.
Like he's playing fucking golf.
Yeah.
This one is going to come. This one rushes up. This one rushes up. They're both going to attack. That is a 99 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that fucking definitely hits.
And that is a 82 to hit.
They both hit.
And they're both skirmishing.
That sucks. That really sucks for me.
Hey man, they can't be worse than the rats, right?
I need 8 d6s.
8 d6s, okay.
D6? Oh, I thought a D6 was a D4 for whatever reason for a second, and I'm like, wait, what? Why is this different?
I got a 6, a 5, and 2 4s. I can pick my dice back up. I got 2 6s, a 4, and another 5.
Okay. You use the stock of your crossbow to block the first spear that gets thrusted at you. The second spear stabs you in the other side. The other spear stabs you from the other side again. Then they pull back, and you manage to just kind of step back, putting your back against the wall as one of them goes for a swipe that misses you. The other one comes forward, goes in for another stab, again, using this time not just the stock, but the actual bow end of the crossbow to kind of knock it away, only to get stabbed in the gut by the other one and stabbed again for a total of 5 attacks stabbing you.
Jesus
5 attacks hit
Christ.
me? Oh my god. Oh,
2,
baby.
Let's see,
4,
where's that picture?
7.
Oh, this is gonna hurt. Even with my 1 over armor.
For a total of 11, your armor is shot, and you take a total of 10 damage.
Oh, so I just don't have armor anymore now. Awesome.
No, your armor. Splacy, splacy, splacy.
What were you saying about that not being worse than the rat scale? This is the second piece of armor I've had jumped now. That's 3 for 3.
That's what I think of you. Just standing there getting impaled.
And that's the goblin's turn. Guinevere.
Ow.
All right. Oh boy, I am so sorry I'm so slow, guys.
You're fine.
Gonna get right up here.
She's getting right up in the mix.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. Let's see, the one to my right. I want to try and stab that one.
Okay.
Ooh, 95.
It hits. Skirmish or strike?
I'm just going to hit him the once.
Okay, so he's striking. So go ahead and roll damage.
Or that's 5 damage.
He raises his shield to block it. You split the shield, sending bits of wood everywhere. And he snarls at you, very angry that you ruined his prized shield that he stole off someone.
I stole that first.
Aw, too bad. Let's see. I don't have combo fighter, so I can't use that weapon again, right?
Hold on. Hold on. Stop. Combo fighter is no longer a thing.
Oh,
all right.
That's actually why when you noticed when you got your class updates, that was removed. Because of the implementation of the skirmish mechanic, combo fighter no longer made sense.
Fair.
Right. So you can attack again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and... Actually, I'm going to attack him with my dagger.
All right.
Uh, 80.
80 stabs. Roll damage.
Woo, 4 damage.
You first destroy his shield, which causes him to hiss at you, and right as he sticks his head forward to hiss at you in anger, you bring up that parrying dagger and just jam it right under the jaw.
Good. That's what he deserves.
We have another downed goblin. Oop, wrong person. All right. One goblin left.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him with my dagger, too.
All right. She pulls the dagger out of one, goes to thrust in the other.
68.
I need you to make a sleight of hand roll.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. 101.
You go ahead and roll damage.
Oops. 2.
You stab into the goblin's shield that is made up of what looks like a little wheelbarrow wheel with spokes included.
Cool.
Oh.
And luckily, as the goblin wrenches his arm, you manage to pull your dagger out before he could snap its blade. This goblin looks at you with a knowing look. He's fought people with daggers and swords before. And I believe that's your turn. 2 attacks plus that's
4. I think I have 1 action point left because it was 2 for my sword, 2 for the daggers.
Yep. So you have 1 left.
I want to tackle him.
Go for it.
Another 68.
He jumps out of the way, and that's going to move you to this position.
Got it.
As the goblin just kind of like, nope, inside steps you. All 3'8" of him.
Little bastard.
And I believe that brings us back around to Adonis.
I'm gonna shadow bolt him.
All right.
68.
That beats his evasion. He doesn't get to roll acrobatics on that one.
Oh, baby.
Roll damage.
4!
Your shadow bolt goes forward And he throws his arm out and catches your shadow bolt on his shield and immediately lets go of the shield as you watch the shield basically rapidly decay.
Not what I thought was going to happen. Thought
All
I was
right.
going to try and stop it.
I guess I'm just gonna stab him to death then.
Go for it.
75.
75. All right. You step forward to stab him.
Can I skirmish with my last 4 remaining points?
You sure can.
Jesus.
Oh God.
All right. 5, 5, 6, 4.
5, 5, 6, and 4. Okay. You swing with your dagger swinging forward. The goblin lets go of his spear, drawing a stone dagger from underneath his loincloth. Your dagger goes over him. He spins. He's now basically facing Valora. You strike with your other dagger coming across the other end. He lifts up, jumps, does himself a little one of those crouching tiger, hidden dragon flips. You come down with the other one, striking him in the chest this time as he's coming back down to his feet. As you bring your next dagger over to finish the job, the goblin thrusts up and stabs you. Please roll damage for 2 attacks.
1.
Oh, I'm sorry, for 1 attack.
1.
A 1? Okay. Yeah. And he stabs you for 1 also.
A gentleman's trade.
So as you stabbed him into the chest, your knife gets stuck inside the sternum, not quite piercing through, and he thrusts forward. Now he's laying prone on the ground on his back, and he stabs you in the back of the calf. Because he can counter.
Nice.
That's all my points.
All right. It's his turn. He uses his movement to spring himself back up onto his feet. Uses one of his actions to grab his spear in one hand, so he has a spear in one hand and a dagger in the other, and he's going to whirlwind.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Spin.
Become a top.
Beyblade, let it.
That's a 78 to hit.
It definitely hits.
Dealing you and Guinevere both 4 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
As the edge of the spear comes around and cuts at both of you in your midsections.
You're down, you said?
I'm 9 health.
Oh, I was like, oh my God.
This goblin might be taking me down, though. He might get the pistol. He might get the pistol if he does not go down in this next round.
Taking your pistol.
No, he's saying he might use the pistol.
Oh, no.
It is loaded and ready to rock.
Just give me the word. Give me the okay, boss.
That's this goblin's turn. Belt, I think we missed you.
Yeah, you've missed me like twice.
We've been in combat, so I will give you 2 times to move.
All right. I'm gonna move to. Do I do the dumb thing or do I do the rational thing?
The rational thing.
You do whatever your heart tells you to do.
Don't listen to the GM.
But I'm listening to my heart.
If you
remember, have faith, like Yu-Gi-Oh said, heart of the cards, man.
Heart of the cards.
If you die in a spike pit, I'm not pulling you out.
Wouldn't that be a way to go?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave your lifeless body there. You belong to the spike pit.
What's it gonna be?
I'm just gonna take both of my accumulated 60 movement for both those turns and go down here.
Aw, alright. Bringing us all the way back. I believe that puts us on Guinevere's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna stab.
Hero's just in time to see you guys just outside of view, and all he hears is stabby sounds.
Slash.
Gun cocking.
Oh no!
No, Adonis, I've got it. I'm gonna stab the goblin.
All right.
All guilt here. I hope you're bulletproof.
I hope you're bulletproof. What's a bullet?
Oh, okay. 67.
67. 67 hits. Please roll damage.
All right. 6 damage total.
Dead goblin.
Oh, thank God.
As the goblin finishes swinging his spear over the head, cutting the two of you, Guinevere just comes up and just one big swing just cleaves through the goblin's head. Dead goblin.
Dead goblin.
Taking his ears. Well, first I'm gonna use Healing Breeze.
All right.
That's 3.
Okay, you guys recover. I believe this is Adonis.
Yeah, it's for just those two.
Adonis, you recover 3. So you're back to 12.
Double digits, baby. Double digits.
Hey.
Guinevere back up to 23. All right. Anything else?
Now I'm taking some ears.
All right, no problem. You collect ears. That's 5 more sets of ears.
Can I collect the 2 arrows that I shot?
Roll a d4.
4.
You collect both arrows.
Hell yeah.
We're up to 12 goblins.
Damn.
Is that including the one that I got?
I think it's including everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's including the one out of the cave
And then all the ones.
and the 11 in here. Oh my God.
And
All right.
I think it is at this point that we have to figure out movement. I believe, see here, starting the movement cycle over again. We will pick up with... Yeah, we pick up with Adonis, then Gelt, then Guinevere.
All right. So there. I'm gonna look at Guinevere. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm going to signal that we should leave.
Oh, I don't think we should leave.
No. I shake my head.
Because we can keep healing you.
I point to the shredded armor and the gut
Oh,
wounds I currently have.
shredded armor.
You entered the cave system at 1 o'clock. It is currently 1700 hours.
I also point at my arm like a watch. I'm gonna start heading out, and as I pass Gelt, I'm gonna, pass the message along, essentially.
Okay, hold on. But before we start making any character moves, do we want to like? Because I understand your situation. That is shitty. But we honestly don't have that much more to go.
Are we looking at the same cave system?
Yeah.
I was about to say it's over half at least that we have left to go.
You know
So there
of.
still is yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of cave left.
Okay. 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 What are you both feeling? I know what you're feeling, Cody. What are you feeling? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like we could clear at least one more place.
Do you want to just wrap around where the punji traps are?
I guess, and we can all attempt to jump over them.
I wasn't thinking that, but I mean, if you want to do that, sure.
Well, the longer we're in here, the less use we're gonna have of the main pathways we just used.
That is fair.
Like, in all seriousness, it'll be safer to jump over those traps than it would be to walk back through all this route. Because there is a chance of a hobgoblin in here.
And y'all know we've got rope, right? So, like, that could help us get across.
It won't stop them from falling.
It's a pit trap.
Yeah.
Rope's not going to help you much.
No, I'm just saying if you tie it to you, have somebody holding on so that you don't fall down all the way.
Yeah,
We
but
don't
you
know
don't
how
have
far all the way is.
all the way is
Oh, good point.
subjective.
Yeah, it
Good
could
point.
just be enough to get enough force built up just to impale you, like 2 feet, 3 feet.
It could just be impaling as soon as you step on it.
But okay, then yeah, we can do that, I guess.
I'm gonna
That's what you
look
guys
to
want to
Guinevere.
do.
Okay.
That's not what I want to do, but it sounds like that's what y'all want to do. So
Well, I definitely don't want to jump over the trap, but I don't think that. I don't know.
I don't want to keep exploring. I would like to leave now. My body hurts. My armor broken.
It's body's situation.
So, Adonis.
It's
Make your
2-3. I'm outmanned here, so I guess I'm
Alright.
making my move. One.
You don't have to go down either. We can go up.
Yeah, we can go whatever way you want. If you want to,
There is
take this-
better escape
or
chance.
straight.
There's better escape chance going down.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right there, doing all the things that I've said I was doing in the past.
Not a problem. You are good. Guilt, you are up.
I'm gonna be going down right here.
Okay. Guinevere.
Okay. I'm gonna go right there. Just keep an eye out.
Okay. Adonis.
I'm gonna go right there, tap Guinevere on the shoulder. You said you can fix the body hurty problem.
Yeah, I'm
Body's
gonna
still
heal.
hurty.
Let's roll it.
Fix the body hurty.
All right. That's 4
Okay, roll again.
16.
and a 2.
Get 18.
Alright. Guinevere is fully healed. Gelt is fully healed. Adonis is mostly healed. Alright. You still have some movement left, don't you, Adonis?
Yeah, 44 now.
Can you use it?
Well, yeah, because my evasion went down by 2 because of my armor now. So, yeah. Let's see. So essentially I have 40. So 5, 10, 15, 20. We're right here. 25.
Okay.
Doing all the same things I normally do.
Yep. You're good. Gelt?
Just moving, stealthing.
Not a problem. Guinevere.
Yeah. Or 2. As I pass Adonis, can I give him another quick heal?
You sure can.
Sweet. That's a 2.
We're getting closer to that one.
20.
I know, and I'm worried.
Alright.
Can I see if I can peek around that wall right there and up into that little
You peek
area?
around, and as far as your vision can go, you can just see the beginning of the opening.
Okay.
Adonis.
Let's see here. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get right about there. Doing the usual.
Okay. It is about this point in your guys' travels that all three of you, become aware of the fact that you can hear scurrying sounds.
Oh no.
All three of you, yeah, the three of you spent enough time traveling. You have the distinct sense that sunset must be nearby.
Yeah.
So, I believe that puts us on to Gelt.
Yeah. Going up here.
All right. You see a little further into that walkway, but can't see the end of it.
All right.
Guinevere.
Okay. Get into here and look.
Investigation, please.
You got it. Oops. 70.
Okay. You don't see it. That will be 9 points of piercing damage.
Oh, all right.
As you step forward, and there is a waiting goblin. This goblin's a little bit larger than the others. And he's got the scalp of a victim on top his head, wearing it like a hat. And he shoves forward a long, rusty dagger into your chest.
Shit.
While screaming at the top of his lungs. All of you can hear it, and the scurrying sounds from deeper in the cave just get a wee bit louder.
Oof.
You are now technically in combat. You may respond accordingly.
Okay. Oh, God. Am I able to, like, take a full turn, or is it...
Well, it's your full turn. You have everything but your movement that you've used.
Okay. Alright, first thing I want to do is I want to try and stab it.
Yes, yes.
73.
Are we going with the sword or the dagger?
Sword.
Okay.
Is it a hit?
No, it's a hit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I blanked. I'm like, okay. I was trying to figure out which weapon we were using. That's all. You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That's 7 damage.
All right. You step back as this dagger blade is hitting right below the sternum level and cutting into you. You step back and you just bring with an upward stroke your rapier right through, and you split this little goblin hooligan in half.
Nice.
Alright.
Clattering of his rusty dagger hitting the floor.
Okay. I want to take his ears, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking if I have space for the dagger.
You have 5 item slots.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm pretty sure that I do.
Okay, so you take
Yeah.
you take the old rusty dagger. No problem.
All right.
I will put that dagger in your guys' chat for you. And that's the end of your combat. We come back around. Adonis.
The scurrying, did we hear it in front of us or behind us?
Roll for perception.
Ooh, that's a good question.
82.
You're pretty sure it's coming from behind you.
Cool. Doing my normal, stuff. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. We're gonna stop right there, actually.
Roll stealth for me. And remember, you no longer have shadow melding.
Yeah.
10.5 instead of 20.5. So
12 and a half.
Oh.
That's 105 and a half.
Oh my god.
You manage to spot them before they spot you. Two goblins who are arguing over a piece of meat.
Gonna reload the crossbow. And I'm gonna thunk the further one, and then I'm going to shadow bolt the closer one.
Alright.
Let's see. 88 for the crossbow.
Okay.
And 96 for the shadow bolt.
Okay, both hit.
Alright. 3 on the first one, and 4 on the second one.
The one with the shadow bolt dies. A horrific, necrotic death. The one you shoot with the arrow, it sticks him in the chest, and he screams out, and he's going to take this opportunity to rush you. And he's going to attempt to grapple you. So I need you to please make an acrobatics roll.
I don't have a bonus in that, but I don't have a negative.
He rolled 100, so
I rolled a 14.
he's going to successfully grapple you down, and he's going to attempt to bite you.
Oh.
Alright. I guess I'm still wearing armor. Damn, I still
And that's a 89 to bite you, plus you're grappled, so yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely gets through.
And because he gets what he does, he deals you 1 point of damage, and immediately the wound where he bit you begins to inflame.
Oh.
Cauterized. Got it.
No.
No, it means it's infected.
No.
Oh, he has poison in his mouth. Awesome.
I mean, it's a goblin. It's nasty.
They're just nasty.
So.
No, Adonis. Let's explore more of the cave.
Yeah,
It'll be fine. We can heal you.
You're wrestling on the ground of the cave, bitten, and
with my 1 action point left, I can't do anything besides attempt to break this grapple. Huh.
You can definitely try. It's an athletics.
I have a +2.5 in that one.
Hey.
But I can't shank him or bite him back.
You were holding your crossbow when you got attacked, so.
Can I thunk him in the head with a crossbow then?
No.
No, he just beat him with a crossbow, like the butt of it.
Yeah, you can try to do that.
Oh, okay. I would like to try and do that.
Yeah, unarmed +2.
Alright. Cool. Look at that, 84.
He's a tiny goblin.
What? I just roll a D4?
No, you should have. It should be on your character sheet.
It's gonna be. Should be across from your name.
1 force damage for human unarmed attacks.
+2 makes 3. I'm gonna say, for flavor's sake, that you jam the butt of your crossbow down against the bolt that you jammed in him, cracking the shaft in half, but jamming it the rest of the way into his chest, into his heart.
Nice.
Damn.
He's more disappointed about the fact that he lost a crossbow bolt. but he's dead.
Does the crossbow bolt look salvageable by the mending magic that I now know Guinevere has?
You don't know Guinevere has it because you weren't there to see it.
Oh,
You just,
okay.
you
I
Cody
just-
know of it.
I just look at the goblin, and I would like to collect their ears then.
Not a problem. You go about the business of snipping ears. Gelt, we're back to you. Oh no, wait. Yeah, we're back to you.
Not Gwelt. I was gonna say Guinevere. You guys both got G's.
Gwelt.
All right, you show up just in time, Gelt, to see Adonis ripping ears off of them.
Oh, nice, you got it.
Guinevere.
Wait. I've instead of counting by fives, I was just counting, and that was not helping me understand where I needed to go in the slightest.
You have 30 movement? Right?
I have 35.
Oh.
I can get like right next to you.
All right. Adonis.
I just look at both of them and point to the shoulder that is now infected. And I just look at them like I wanted to leave. Y'all said stay.
We'll get some alcohol. It's fine. Alcohol solves everything.
I'm gonna then step over this goblin, ignoring him because I'm annoyed now. Fine. And
Oh, I was gonna shoot you a quick heal.
well, I mean, you still could.
Yeah, you a quick heal, but I'm gonna have a very petty look on my face. Don't worry. Ooh, 4.
Roll again.
2.
6. Nice.
Okay, so 6. So Guinevere heals for 6, and Adonis heals for 6.
That puts me
Guinevere's
back to
up
25.
21.
Nice.
There you go.
Fully healed. Still infected. Fully healed.
You'll be fine.
What was that? 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so it took me 25 movement to get to the pit trap.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have
Yeah, 19. But yeah. I guess I'm just gonna look across the way and see if I see anything.
Not from where you're standing.
Alright. I'm just gonna kinda look at the Punji trap and see if it looks doable. Kinda just think it out.
It's 5 feet across.
just like
Should I
jumping
think
over
back?
the
I'm gonna think back to the sewers.
The problem is you're 6'2".
Oof.
Oh shit, you're taller than I thought.
And this cave is only about 7 feet high.
Try and get that long jump instead of that height jump.
Dive over it.
Get that PhD, Cody.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to flop right over it. Hope for the best. I'm gonna sit here and ponder my current
Your
predicament.
dilemma.
Yeah.
Okay. You sit and ponder. Gelt.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am gonna try and get a running start to this this jump.
Okay.
It's gonna be acrobatics.
Yep.
Okay. 85 and a half.
You clear right over it. You just right over the trap.
Nice. And perception to see where the do I still hear
You hear it and it's louder, and now at this point it's no longer scurrying, and you could hear screeching.
God.
The goblins are not happy.
From everywhere or from any discernible direction? If I do a perception.
Roll for perception.
90?
You hear it coming from behind you and through the open way to the passage to your immediate, suppose that would be your right.
All right. And that is it.
Guinevere.
All right. I want to do the same and start to try and get across.
All right, acrobatics it is.
Um, 82.
Okay, you make it across, no problem. Whoop.
Hey, hun. Fun.
And back to Adonis, who's still contemplating.
Well, watching them two do that, looking at the hole, I'm just gonna, dive roll it. I'm gonna back up 2, 5, 10, and then I'm gonna just, dive roll for the win.
Okay.
And it's acrobatics.
Yep.
81.
You right over the pit. All three of you have made it over the pit.
Nice.
And for the sake of brevity, you make it out of the cave.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
good.
As
I
you
was
make
gonna
it,
move myself the way, like the next 20 feet I had up.
as you make it out of the cave, you see pouring in through that hallway a group of goblins. And the sound of many more coming. You make it out of the cave, back to the world map. And as you make it out of the cave, you find that it is now past sunset. It is the evening.
Do we know about
It is
what time it is?
about 2000 hours.
Okay.
But it's dark. And you don't have any lit torches.
It's time to light torch and fucking run.
As we leave and light that torch, I want to light the path on fire that we.
Oh, do you want to throw another one down?
No.
You
I didn't want to
wanna
throw
I
one
think he
down.
wants to light the brush while we're running.
You
Yeah.
want to light the forest on fire?
I don't know about that one, Chief.
Maybe not a great idea. Now I'm looking at it because the farmland that could be an issue. But the harvests are done.
No,
No, not for the one that.
not for Jonas and his family.
The south lanes are.
So are we lighting the forest on fire?
No.
I don't think.
No. Don't light the forest. But let's not run towards the farm that still has people.
We only know the one path back to that farm. So we're gonna have to exit out that way no matter what.
I think we should actually go back to them and.
They have a greater chance of surviving with us running back to them and giving them the heads up instead of running out. Goblin's like, we already cleared that other farm. Let's go get them. They don't know we're coming.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was just thinking if they go straight to the farm.
Yeah, if they go straight to the farm, that's going to be shitty. But at the same time, if they also go straight to the farm, there's like 40 other, they're farm hands, but they're people. It's help.
Good point. Good point.
It may only be 1d4 help, but
it's help.
That's one less attack from a goblin that I might take. So I guess we're not lighting it on fire, but we are pushing through.
Okay. You push through the night. You are pursued by what you imagine to be a horde of angry goblins. And it is 3 in the morning by the time you make it back to the Jonas farm. You are welcomed. You're patched up a little bit. And it is on that note, with you bringing words that you attacked a goblin nest and have retreated back to Jonas's farm, that we will be ending tonight's session.
This was fucking great. We killed a lot more goblins than I thought we would.
We killed 15!
Holy shit.
Jesus.
And so we would just give that to like a guard, right? Like the ears.
You got to make it
Or
back
we-
to town. You need to make it back to town before we worry about that.
Yeah.
We got a goblin horde that's about to assault us, so. Other
So
concerns?
why don't we worry about killing them and getting their ears first?
Haha, I like thinking
Real-
in the short term.
Real quick, we're gonna wrap this up. You guys did phenomenal. You survived your first expedition into a horde.
Yeah.
Does,
Woo!
out of curiosity,
That's important.
does my armor get fixed and patched up?
I
or
don't
no?
think your armor can get fixed unless we take it back to the tannery.
tannery.
These people don't know nothing about no armor fixing. These are humble folk.
What about Guinevere?
That's a lot of mending.
Yeah, I was about to say I can only mend a 6-inch hole or less.
Yeah. And even then, it has its limits. Materials and things that have been ripped away have to be present.
All right, then I will, take my armor off, so that way I at least get my evasion points back.
Yeah.
Because useless anyways.
Yeah, it's. I assume that even if she could, or whenever she does repair things, it's like an Alphon sort of situation without a Philosopher's Stone.
Very much. Very much so.
Armor.
So, we are leaving off. You guys are dog fuck tired. You guys are gonna need some rest.
Yeah.
So that was the 20th when you went in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now the 21st.
It is now the 21st.
Okay.
You're gonna need a full day's rest.
Okay.
And so you're waking on the Jonas farm at, let's see here, you arrived at 3. You guys are going to need a full rest to recover. So that would bring us to 11. You're waking up just in time for brunch.
Nice.
Remove a ration. I'm going to assume you guys ate while you were on the run.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. So it'll be 11 a.m. when we pick up with our next session.
And we don't.
And that's on the 22nd? Or
And
21st. I'm sorry.
23rd, I think, because we'll have to take the day to rest.
No. You arrived at 3. You rested.
Till 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Remember, you escaped in the middle of the night. So this brings you guys to the 21st.
Okay.
Okay, super.
Yep. Oh boy, that was fun.